Anyway, welcome back to the Tactical Muffin Top channel show. Friday BS Mini Muffin stream, baby. Wubba dub dub. This is a new homeboy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Chris from Missouri Survival and Outdoors. I attempt to make quality YouTube videos.
So humble. Then we got Lawfully for like 5 minutes before he has to go do some hawk tua with his wife.
Man, don't be giving out my secrets.
I've seen your glorious beard. Now I got a hawk tua you.
A hawk tui, huh? Man,
I don't have a camera.
That has been a thing lately, hadn't it?
It destroyed Pride Month, which I appreciate.
Well, the ATF destroyed Pride Month. But,
Well, we're just doing a BS chat, guys. You know me, very impromptu guy. If I had a script better than Biden, well, I'd probably do about what he did, I suppose. I don't know.
I think if we refrain from shitting ourselves, we're gonna do better than Biden.
I can't. It's like my thing.
I was kind of wondering, because there's the rumor of him having like a body double, and historically there have been body doubles. I just want to know whether Biden's body double, for authenticity purposes, shits his pants just to keep up the appearances.
I feel like they're probably pre-shat, and it's just a time-release capsule.
They're just pre-shat.
Yeah. That sucks. Oh, let me drop this chat bot. Guys, I got a new game on the chat bot that's not going to incriminate me for prison, so that's cool.
Good.
Yeah, I explained that to Colfoot, and he's like, I could see how that could be a problem. I was like, yeah.
Yes.
So the chatbot, last night during the debate was like, all right, we're going to rob a bank. What are we doing? Oh, shit, we're getting shot. And I was like, what is happening? I got to shut this thing down. It was crazy. Anyway, it's about hunting now, so that's good.
Oh,
man. It does stuff if I do other things, but I forgot the commands already on account of being retarded. So, but we're going to talk about the debate. We're going to do a post-debate chat. We've had a few hours to sleep and whatnot. I'm gonna let you lead, homie.
Man, I was just wondering because you said you kind of had a different view on it. What are your thoughts? Like,
well, okay, so I had a game that I was going to play with the audience, and every time they did something kind of funky on my bingo card, I was going to load a round into a mag. And I ended up just loading 4 mags just because I found them.
Yeah.
When I was going through some preps, I was like, oh, hey, brand new mags. Let's load these. Because, logistics suck when you stack shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I've had that happen. Like I have found all kinds of stuff after years of wondering where it went. And then as soon as I found it, I was like, oh, yeah, that is where I put it.
Yeah, I'll be like at my buddy's house, and he'll be like, hey, do you want like this gun and stuff you left here? I'm like, oh, I just left a gun here? That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it feels like you're getting a gift, but you bought it for yourself a long time ago.
Right. But yeah, so it was really funny during the debate, and I was just loading mags, for fun. But after thinking about it, and I watched a little bit of Duke's live stream, and I Duke Liberty. You should check him out. He's a really good dude, man.
I did jump in his live stream for a minute, but I was watching Modern Frontierman a lot last night and Red Dawn Readiness.
Yeah, I got to hop on Red Dawn's too. He got me an email and some stuff. I'm gonna get in with one of those guys one day. Hopefully with Backwoods, because I really dig Backwoods. He's a cool dude.
Dude, Red Dawn is a good guy.
He is a super good guy. Those guys are like.
I'll be on his in the 12th. I'll be on his show.
Really? Okay, cool. Yeah, those guys are way more tactical than I am.
Tonight. I was supposed to be tonight, but then he realized that he had double booked.
Shit.
He had Randall and Josh from Modern Frontierman. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have me on my live stream either if it was a choice between me and fucking. Let's just be honest,
Right.
So I'm a couple weeks away.
No, it's all good. I'm hopping in whenever, and that's cool. They invited me on their stream last night for the debate, and I'm like, oh, I like tried for 3 days to get stuff figured out with people, and then like it just didn't happen. It was like, fuck it, we can all do our own thing. We'll all get 20
Right.
people, like good enough to hang out,
Right.
It's all
Dude,
good.
I think as long as people just kind of keep the trend up of like streaming with people and networking, that the tide will raise all the ships. You know what I mean? I know that's cliche, but like I think that people's channels will grow if we just kind of keep networking and kind of making a thing of it.
Well, I like the networking thing because like Red Dawn Readiness, dude, watching his intro, I am not that high speed, dude. That guy runs circles around me. Now, you know what I am? And I had a discussion on a private chat with somebody is I can smell the game warden's deodorant walking in on me after I've been out deer hunting for a week because I'm just roughing it. Like dry deer camp, sponge bathing
Right.
down, like no deodorant. Like I can smell deodorant on the wind walking towards me.
That's badass.
Like, no, it's just being out in the sticks, But
Yeah, but
it
it
ain't
takes
running
time
and gunning
doing
like
that.
Red Dawn, you know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, the thing is, there's, I'm not a tactical guru myself. I had spent some time in a local group that was considered a militia, and it was. I don't want to say anything to get your channel nuked, so I don't want to. I was going to say something funny, but if I might get, yeah.
That's all good. I do not
Um,
condone anything.
it was going to be a joke, but it might have been non-PC enough for YouTube to yeet something. So I'll not do that. But like it ended up having a bunch of fed turds running around trying to catch people up on stuff and baiting people into stupid stuff. And
Yeah.
It really soured me on like militia groups. But we did some training then, and I've got a little, and by a little I mean just a little with that. But my friend that I'm kind of building a mag with right now was the guy doing the training in that group. And it's a guy I went to school with since I was in the 4th grade. And he's been to the sandbox 4 times, for the US government, and then did some side work in Saudi Arabia doing contracting. So he's got military training. And then on top of that, he did some school training to even get an employee position with a freaking contractor. So he's had some additional stuff. So he's kind of taking me through stuff slowly, and we're kind of setting up group SOPs and going to be doing some exercises and crap like that, like training exercises. And we're building some training aids, like the slotted walls and things like that. And
Yeah,
we're going to just, crawl, walk, run, start with like react to contact and just build off of that and take what we can get out of what he knows and just the whole military doctrine and try to adapt it to sort of guerrilla mindset, no resupply, things like that.
Mm-hmm. I dig all that. Well, you're set up in that department way better than I am. I pretty much just, so I'm trying to get X amount of families, and we have X amount already. We're all kind of working together, and we have stuff set up at said locations. We have
Sweet.
3+
That's
at the
honestly
moment.
that's as good as about anybody can ask for. 'Cause I mean, truly, I'm trying to do that too. I mean, I've got like my brother and then this friend I had mentioned, and we're just kind of loosely organized at this point.
Right.
But it's hard to get people to cooperate. I mean, dude, I've talked to people in my family for 15 years, and just nothing. Like I couldn't motivate them to save their own life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lawfully's dealing with that. I had well, we'll talk about something like that later. I had somebody reach out who watches my show and said, hey, for one chat, because, I run my mouth a little bit. I put on my church boy face, my church boy squire pants without being raped. And
Right.
I kept it PG because they're like, yo, these are Bible thumpers. We're trying to get them in a deal. Can you clean up your language? Because I think that you have a lot of, I don't know if you've seen my step videos of like step 1, this is your level of preparedness and where you should be as far as food, ammo, medical, hygiene, things like that.
No. Send me a link to some of that, because I've been combing through your channel. I just haven't had enough free time to go all the way through it, but I'm totally interested in watching that.
They're like 3 hours long, both of them. They're pretty lengthy.
Hey,
but...
dude, I watch Joe Rogan episodes the entirety
all
the
right.
time. You got no clue how much
all right, thanks,
bullshit
Lawful.
I can comb through.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff as well. Yeah, I think it's a really good base level for things. There's a problem with people in the prepping community, and I started that way. I watched several channels that are still that way. It's guns, 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 and
Right.
I don't know how to tell you this. When you have 100 people with you, and you're tactical Amishing a farm, your bullets and guns are not going to feed you, and you're going to die. Yeah, what you need is logistics for food and water and purification.
Dude, and I get this same mentality from James Yeager, and I know a lot of people hate Yeager.
Yeah, that's like, why I hate him now. I used to think he was cool when I was starting.
Well, like, no, here's the deal. He even said, you know, if you're setting up a group and you're trying to talk to people and everybody shows up, oh, I'm a shooter. Well, we all ought to be shooters, but what else can you do? Do you know how to fix a car? Can you grow a garden? Can you make a traveling ration? That's what I'm looking for. And he even said that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I literally am betting a guy in right now. And he said, if you need a shooter, I'm your guy. I said, I don't need a shooter. You know what I need? I need a weed puller. I need a guy who's going to walk with 2 5-gallon buckets from the river full of water so we can purify
Hell
it.
Yeah.
I need a guy splitting wood.
Right. Exactly. I'm
That's what we need.
And, yeah. Dude, even just somebody who knows how to cook food that would be willing to be a designated cook.
I said one that's always missed. Somebody who can sew your clothing. I sew up my underwear now because I wear Duluth and they're expensive as shit. I wear Walmart jeans and I patch the shit out of them. And they're as soon as I rip out the crotch, they're my work jeans, man. My hunting jeans. I'm not wearing good jeans out, ripping them on barbed wire, man. Like,
for sure. Like in the last year, I taught myself how to just sew. In general, it's not pretty. But I've been doing leather work and stuff like that. And that's another thing. I did all of the skills that you see on my channel is shit that I have just taught myself because there's not very many people around that seem interested that I can get involved in stuff. You know? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, sewing, trapping. That's another thing. I've bought
that's a good traps. One, dude. Lawfully said at one time, a barber, a haircutter, dude. Life's a huge thing when you have no logistics, man.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But nobody thinks about that stuff. That like everybody wants the hot and sexy new whatever that comes out.
$5,000 AR.
With an LPVO on it, and yeah, dude, I've got poverty pony guns, and I'm growing potatoes.
I'm an LPVO guy, so you know, but that's for EMP. So think your battery dies, you still have a scope. It's kind of my mentality on it.
Yeah, I'm going with just regular red dots and irons, and then if I need to reach out, I've got a 30-06, and some other people in the group have got a little bit better stuff than I do, but like. There's gun snobbery is one of those things that's not in the group that I'm building, you know, and I want people to have a broad range of abilities, you know, kind of like the whole building machetes out of mower blades. That's just like the beginnings of blacksmithing. There's a whole lot more to do, but like, I'm not waiting for anybody to teach me. I'm just gonna freaking dig a hole in the ground and run a hairdryer in it and start doing it, and I'll eventually get good.
Yeah. Dude, I dig that. So here's the question. Do you have ADD?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's good.
Dude,
you struck me like as soon as I started watching your shit.
Dude, I am a hyper-focused person. Like, to the point that, like, the ADD, I'll forget everything else. If it's something I'm interested in, I'll absolutely fixate on it. But then eventually I can't like, hold on to it to save my life, if that makes sense. You know, like,
yo, hold on. DJ Play Nice, man. You're playing my comments, guy. I appreciate you, dude. I love you. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in. We're just doing a BS chat, so I'm not reading through the chat. I'm sorry, I'm neglecting that. He's all like, "Yo, everybody, thanks for coming in." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, DJ. That's what's up."
Yeah, I mean, I have like 10,000 different hobbies that I spend a lot of time and I get decent at, and then it's something else that, like, I mean, I wouldn't consider prepping that because I've been doing that for a lot of years, and there's like a sense of urgency to that. But yeah, I am ADD as hell, but I can get that like autist micro focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do the same thing. Mine currently has been solar. And aquaponics.
So,
I'm looking at a micro aquaponics and like a quail hatchery in my basement.
right.
Like a little quail run.
That'd be cool.
It'll be
Oh,
fun
yeah.
because I have cats in the basement, so that's good.
Not to give too much away, but I work in a hatchery.
Oh shit! Okay, cool.
And so yeah, I'm around birds a lot and stuff like that. And I have often thought about creating a little micro bird operation in my backyard. Of course, my employer would shit their pants if they saw I had a little micro bird operation because of all the bird flus and all that crap. They're really anal about that. But yeah,
Fine. It's just a feather flu again. We'll be okay.
Dude, it just comes and goes. I guess I'll get worried about it when it starts infecting humans at a high rate.
I think we'll be okay.
That's about it.
I don't think we're even going to be able to get there after the debate last night. Let me ADD out of that one. I think that it was really funny to watch at the beginning and through it, and I was laughing my ass off.
Right.
But here's the deal. When you're playing on easy mode or in chess, when you set up a sacrificial piece, they set that sacrificial piece last night, and it made Trump look okay. It didn't make him look like Jesus, and they're going to be able to now they know, hey, he's just a bishop. We can swing over him with a knight or something, okay? They just had to play the right piece, but they just let Biden get taken last night.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know that they pumped any adrenochrome in the last night. I mean, it's one of them things where, like, I thought that he was going to be out there all hopped up and jacking his jaw and looking all wild-eyed, but he just looked fucking sad, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think we just moved a piece. We just moved that bishop, and they did that little bullshit move. And I don't know if you play chess, but there's like a little 3 or 4 move thing where you can pin the king down with your queen. I think we just had that happen on us. An inexperienced chess player is what we just became.
Yeah, and by the way, I'll try not to drop a bunch of F-bombs and stuff.
No, it's okay. I cuss.
Well, like, okay, I'll just be straight up. I don't try to push my religious beliefs on anybody, but I'm a Christian, but I'm a bad example of one. So I said,
yeah, I'm a dirty Christian. I don't go to church, but like 5 times a year, it's okay.
Yeah,
Jesus doesn't live at church.
I legitimately take it to heart and believe, but I'm not gonna like push it on anybody. It's just, it's just for me and whoever wants to like talk about that with me. So it's one of the things I try not to just like, you know what I mean? I'm trying not to just push it on people, and I can say some stuff that you're like, oh, that guy? Yeah, I don't know if he's a Christian. So
no, it's all
I'm pretty bad about that. So okay, I just wanted to check. I didn't want to like go too far.
No, it's all good. If like somebody lets me know, hey, we're gonna have some virgin preppers in here, we don't want to be like all crazy and screaming, oh man, we need bloodshed now, blah blah blah. What, all the crap that basically the news pushes, like we got to water the tree. I got 37 guns and I got 1 mag for each of them. Like that's stupid. Okay, what I mean?
Go full Alex Jones and even
they're
drop
turning
a
the freaking
Super Male
frogs
Vitality
gay.
commercial. Even though you don't sell it, you do a Super Male Vitality promo.
Right.
Which, by the way,
get all your grilling needs at meatspin.com. 25% off if you use code t.m.t. You should check that out, by the way, sometime privately.
Cool. I'll check that out.
25% off.
Man, I wish I had some sort of thing I could make a little coin on the side, but I would totally do the Alex Jones style promo though.
No, this is not making coin. This is just sausage. I just get sausages.
Hey, that has value.
Yeah.
So, who doesn't want some sausage?
It's a lot.
Be like just totally Orange Man the promo back. These are the wonderful sausages, the best sausages you've ever had. More tremendous, better than any other sausage.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll let that one lie.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So what do you think? You had some time to think about it and you kind of wanted to discuss. What are your thoughts?
You kind of stole my thunder in the sense that I really think that they did the Viking funeral for Biden and set him on fire and put him out to sea last night. That's what I think happened. But I don't think, because I felt like Trump was being kind of a cool customer. He didn't get all bent out of shape.
I
And,
was
like,
very impressed that he did keep his cool for that long.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I'm like, man, who talked him out of being a freaking bloviating egomaniac the entire night? I mean, that takes talent to be like, hey,
I think sitting in court for as many damn days as he did finally did it.
Maybe, dude, that court stuff is ridiculous, though. I mean,
right?
It's hard to even believe that that's being allowed to happen.
It's
but
very interesting.
But yeah,
I thought they were going to go more into stuff that he was on gag order about. I'm very shocked that they didn't hang tight on that.
I kind of thought that they were going to, like, basically interrupt him every time he talked, but then only let him talk about things he could legally hang himself on.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that.
That's what I thought as well. Whoa. The Wilds have recovered, and there's probably some kind of game out there. Want to take a shot? Type exclamation hunt. All right, hang on. Let me play this game I got going on. Oh, I can't comment on my own fucking thing. Never mind. That's retarded. Gotta do it on my phone. Somebody type that. Lawfully type that. Let me know what it does. Hang on. There's a new thing I got going on. Come on. I want to type it. I hunt. All right. Technical muff. Oh, look, I got a little crown. That's adorable. Okay. Anyway.
So have you heard of a channel called Meatballs SOS?
I have not. You talked about it, and I was going to go look at it, but then I was like, oh, squirrel, and I went and did something else.
Right. Yeah. I was going to stream with them a little bit, and I guess that dude fell asleep. He just finally got back to me.
I think, yeah, Duke Liberty just passed out on his stream, too. Everybody was messaging me. They're like, all right, we need another stream. Duke's out. And I was like, oh, we're working on it. Come down.
Well, it's not that necessarily the guy that owns Meatballs SOS did it, but one of the guys that kind of jumps in on the lives who I was networking with to do it. Mm-hmm. He was the one that fell asleep, but he's a good dude. But I don't know. I'm trying to get him to come watch this stream now.
That's fine. No, I mean, yeah, he can hop on or whatever. I'm pretty much an open book. Like, right. I really don't have a problem with anybody being able to communicate like this, since obviously we're not all just chilling, a block over or whatever. Being able, right. I mean, state to state like this, and if you get one or two good ideas from multiple people and you listen to 10 different channels a week, you're getting, 5 to 10 good ideas a week.
Right.
So
that's worth it. It's kind of like, that reminded me of a thing James Wesley Rawls was talking about with making it's like a homemade root cellar out of an old freezer. Have you ever heard him talk about that? That's like some Idaho-based stuff, you know what I mean? But it would work here in Missouri.
As far as having a root cellar?
Yeah, like if you didn't have a way to, or the money to build a full one, you can like basically bury one, like an old deep freeze in the ground. Yep. Mm-hmm. And the ground will mostly keep it cool to where your stuff wouldn't burn up, and you could almost use it as refrigeration in some of the warmer months, as long as you insulate the top half of it, even with like a pile of hay bales,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd keep it about 50 degrees, which is good, pretty much year round.
Yeah.
We actually have a project like that going. We have an old deep freeze that's dead, and I'm an HVAC dude by trade, so I am going to definitely recover the refrigerant properly and dispose of it in the proper way, and then we're going to do other stuff. Wink, wink, for anybody in the know.
But
yeah, I actually filled in a root cellar at one of my houses, and I was like, we don't need to worry about that before I sell this house. Let's get rid of this real quick. But yeah, there's something to be said for them. I think that, I mean, you can also do it with a trash can, even if you do like one of those galvanized trash cans. If you want to just try a small one, not as good. I think the deep freezer / fridge would be better. And SHTF, if it was like EMP, that'd probably be one of the first things I would do. Would be, depending on location and how your wind actually moves through your state, if you have like a nuclear facility, I would bring
Right.
dirt inside with like your solar generator / generator is going to have to be able to run UV lights because you're going to have to grow inside. If you're going to get any of the nuclear stuff, you're going to have to pull all the topsoil that you can in, and that's it basically. So I would do like dump all your Christmas freaking decorations totes and have people be shoveling in all of that freaking topsoil in totes and like rotating it around if you have to, right? That'd be like a super duper worst case deal, but you'd save some topsoil that way. But that'd be all the soil you have.
Right.
But you could
Yeah,
also,
dude,
fill trash bags, use them for sandbags, things like that, with the implement of said redneck root cellar, which would be a good
Right.
thing.
Man, I really hope that a grid down thing doesn't happen though, because I mean, even just with the freaking plants, melting down. I don't know how many nukes we have in America, but just that's going to be a recipe for disaster, man.
Well, the bigger problem is just the nuclear facilities, the spent fuel rods. They have water coolers that keep them a certain temperature so they don't actually
Right. That's what I'm talking
burst. And yeah, when you run out of diesel for your backup power, that's going to basically just sit there and radiate and leach. And we
Yeah.
have one over in the corner of Nebraska, which is where I'm from. And the wind can almost carry it into my area of operation. And I don't know if you've ever been to Nebraska, but we got like 1,000-mile-an-hour wind as kind of our game plan. So,
Oh gosh.
yeah, it's like just chilling, 40 to 80 mile an hour constantly. Like if the wind stops, we all fall over basically because we're all just ready to like brace against the wind. So,
Man, I bet it's kind of cool, but at the same time, I mean, I'm sure it gets old.
yeah, especially when you're walking like 10 miles, but you got to walk into the wind when you're deer hunting so they can't smell you. So you got like a 10-mile walk.
Right.
And it's a little bit cold, and we got humidity. It's cold on your face. That sucks. Like you got ice on your eyelashes and shit.
Right. It's weird. I don't know, how you deer hunt out there, but like here in Missouri, and maybe this is just redneck way of doing it, but like I've got to where months beforehand, because I'm only able to hunt on the same property. I hate the public land crap, and my family has some land. So I'll actually take shirts that I've worked in and put out there so that my smell is just out there.
Yeah.
And then they just get used to my smell being out there. I'll go out there doing some sort of bushcraft project or something and just piss all over the place. And they're just desensitized to my smell out there. And then they just kind of walk on up when it comes November.
I like that. Pretty much here, I have a lot of family ground. So pretty much I could go shoot a deer, 4 miles over here, drive to a different draw, walk it. Some of them are 10 miles long. Our longest one's like 40 miles, but now that's kind of been sectioned off by a couple different farmers. I've been hunting the same herd of deer since I was 8. We call them, we prune them, we let the ones we want to reproduce. We don't take bucks for a year if we want things to grow. We take call bucks, and then I most of the time I shoot does.
Yeah.
Well, I usually shoot 6. We usually get a bonus tag for a whitetail antlerless only, which is just a doe, right? This year we're not getting the bonus tag, so I can only legally draw three deer tags this year. So that's going to cut my freezer space quite a bit.
Yeah,
that's half my meat for the year is what I hunt. So between birds and deer, turkey, all that jazz.
That's cool though. I mean, at least you're cutting down on half of the factory farmed crap.
Right. So now the next problem is now I got to cut up a lump jaw cow somewhere in there to offset my meat dissipation, which is fine. Yeah. That's our biggest barter. My family and everybody I hunt with, we butcher everything. So
that's cool.
We hook up with farmers.
What is a lump jaw?
Lump jaw? It's like they get like an abscess or something. Maybe could be cancerous. They can't legally sell it to market, so they slaughter it. Well, they're just going to feed their family with it and take the risk. Be like, well, I guess it's just ground up into hamburger. Like you cut out the abscess, or if it gets like a broken leg or something, it can't sell. It can't go to market, something like that. Generally, they'll get like an abscess tooth or something, and it'll get like a bunch of infection back there, something like that. You can't sell it. Whatever they do, whatever happens, they get some kind of infection. They get some kind of defect where they can't go to market. most of the time a farmer will cut the loss and they'll cut it up and throw it in their freezer, or they'll give it away, or it'll just be put down and turned into, worm food, basically. And compost the cow. You might as well grind it, cut out the bad part, see if it works or not. We do a lot of that. We're hillbillies. We don't want to waste it, if we can help it.
Right. I got a guy I work with, and every time he sees a deer that looks like it's a fresh roadkill, and I actually don't blame him. It's still free meat. If it's fresh and you can get, I don't know, even like 70% of the meat off of it, I don't begrudge it. But man, there's a lot of people that are just like,
I've eaten roadkill. You can call your local game warden, sheriff, whatever, and you can get put on a roadkill list. And if they get one that gets hit, like they'll call you that hour.
Yeah.
To go pick it up.
Free
and you
meat.
get like a day to pick it up. Yeah. Yeah, my uncle in Indiana, that's how he lived, like dandelion salad, and his kids still to this day won't eat deer because all they had was deer sausage and deer burger, and it was, you might get a leg and a back strap off of this one, or you might get a roast off of one. You might just get a front shoulder, and that's all you get. But when you get 16 of them a week, it's a lot of free meat.
Well, I mean, but if you're growing up eating venison all the time, though, you're probably going to be a pretty fit individual.
Well, I'm very fat. I've lost 80 pounds and I'm still 300 pounds. So, I mean,
well, there are those exceptions. I'm one of those guys too. But like, if somebody has basically had a mostly healthy diet their whole life, like you was just kind of mentioning, it's hard for me to think that they'd be fat. But dude, my brother, he's one of those guys that like, he's got an amazing amount of muscle. Always has been pretty fit, and he's the one that would ride around like eating a roll of cookie dough with a spoon. I never did that shit, and I'm the fatter one. I don't understand how that happened, but I guess it was just bad luck of the genes or something. But man,
They just wanted me to be ugly, so here I am.
I can smell cake and get fatter, So I just kinda,
damn it, 5 pounds.
Right, dude.
Yep. No, me, it's just I like to eat meat, and if you eat meat and then just like video game or whatever, like football season, I could eat everything, dude. I had like friends that were managers of like Arby's. I'd roll in like right before closing, get a whole bag of fries and a whole bag. Remember when they had the popcorn chicken? And they'd give us a large cup of cheese. And then we'd all go buy like a cinnamon roll. We just down that and then go back to 2 days, and it didn't even freaking matter. You know what I mean?
Man, that sounds glorious.
It was delicious. It was so good.
Dude, I was a binge eater in the sense that like, dude, before I actually started like having a little bit of self-control, I had that come to Jesus moment about like, you gotta quit binging or you're gonna die and your kid's not gonna have a dad. And like, dude, I would wake up and do like a whole roll of sausage for breakfast with like eggs and cheese, and then make umpteen.
Like in college, it was like a bag of pizza rolls and Call of Duty Zombies, bro. Like,
that
was the night. And all the booze I was drinking on top of it was not good. Or like, you go get a freaking a handle of freaking Canadian Springs and then like a pizza and eat the whole pizza and drink the fifth. Like, that's not good for you.
Do you guys have Casey's Pizza out that way?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Me and Casey's Pizza have a good time together.
There is not a Casey's Pizza on planet Earth that I can't consume the entire thing and need more.
That's so good, dude. Dude, right across from where I went to college, they had a Casey's. Their grease trap did not trap. It just went directly into the sewage line, and it blocked the sewage line from the college, which was the largest thing in town. It's like all dudes except for 3 chicks. So it's a lot of Casey's Pizza is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like all the John Deere, all the automotive programs, all the HVAC, building construction, plumbing, electrical programs, like all in one school. So it's like fucking 50,000 dudes learning how to do shit and eating all the bad shit, Yeah, it's a good time.
I'm going to run to the fridge and grab a drink. I'll be back in like 3 seconds.
If you come back with Casey's Pizza, I swear to God.
There is Casey's Pizza in the fridge.
That's good. Oh, man, that's funny. Let me run through these comments really quick, guys. This is a mini muffin chat. I don't know how long we've been going. Fuck me. We've already been going for like 40 minutes. What's up, Pete? Warhammer was in the first one on YouTube. I got 8 on Rumble, and we got 12 on YouTube. So that's pretty much my night. Is I'm usually a 20 and done because I'm a nobody on the internet, but that's okay. We got Fiend Dog with the yo. We got Tomcat in here. We got Coldfoot. Coldfoot's trying the things. He's my IT dude. He helps me with this stuff because I'm illiterate on the internet. Thank God I have somebody to help me. He was doing that before I had the chat bot active, I think. Man, you got 69 muffins, Coldfoot? Holy shit. That's a sexy number, baby. So I'm going to do a giveaway when we hit 500 with these muffin things. This is like time watched plus like comments that they do in here and stuff. So it's like chat interaction with me. So it kind of gives them like a score of like basically loyalty / hanging out in the chat, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool deal. It'd be a lot of fun.
I just found out how to look at the chat on this Rumble app.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's probably hard on your phone. I got it on the video, so like you can actually go back and watch a video and see the chat live.
That's cool.
So it's kind of cool. It is cool.
I think that Old Man Butt Wrinkles is the coolest name so far.
It's a super good name, dude. Some people are very creative. I don't know if you've ever watched like Never Enough Ammo.
I've seen
he's
it,
really
but
big. He's got like
Yeah.
11 million. He's big. He's big, old school. He got me prepping 10 years ago, actually. I birthed from him. Duke Liberty's birthed from him. Honda 420's birthed from him. He hangs out with Yankee Marshall. He's another big channel. They do chats every week together.
I know who Yankee Marshall is. I know.
Yeah, you ever slapped the Yank?
No? I've never been like into his channel. And dude, maybe it's just because, dude, I went from like the neocon rhino like typical thinker to where it's like, oh, I got a Democrat leftist, likes guns or whatever. I just always had that like distaste for the Yankee Marshal, but he's probably an all right dude.
He's okay. Matt likes to fuck with them because of his viewpoints and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. Matt's a super cool dude. Definitely check him out. I'm on there. Usually his nights he does chat is my night to put the boy to bed, so it kind of doesn't work out very good, but I attempt. I've been swinging in for like the last 20 minutes of the chat here this week. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I've been trying to get the problem that I've been seeing is the void in actual prepping videos. You get the people that preach like I have a golden 5 set of firearms. It's your CCW, your concealed carry, because if you have no dagger, sell your cloak and get one. Yeah. You need a shotgun, and this one can be wavering depending on your location, but for me, it's half of my meat for the year, roughly between geese and turkey and quail and pheasants, things like that. If you're in an urban environment, a short barrel shotgun makes more sense, even just birdshot, like if you're in an apartment complex type deal. And then it's a bolt gun for me because most of my deer shots are 300 to 400 yards. It's kind of where I shoot. They're either point blank, like 20 yards right in front of me, and I cannot shoot them with my Glock. Game warden listening in on this, or they're 300 to 400 yards away, and there's just almost no in between, which is fine. And then it's an AR for tyrannical things, and then 22. Yeah. Those are the 5 you have to have. 22 has its merit if it's super duper long term. It's protecting your garden from rodents. It's putting food on your table via rodents. It's people's logistics. We're not the government. You will run out of your 5.56 2 years into SHTF if you're lights out scenario, like the God end, the really bad scenario, right?
Yeah,
you can go
sure,
buy.
I agree.
Yeah, you can buy 10,000 rounds of 10/22 right now for under $2,000 today. 10,000 rounds.
I've been looking at those federal barrels of 5.56.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, because I agree with what all you've said about even the particular guns, like the bolt gun and all this stuff. Because I know a lot of dudes that are really into like some kind of new hotness 6.5 Creedmoor or some kind of 45 Gap or some kind of crap. Dude, I want stuff that's been here for decades and decades and is domestically produced.
Yeah.
I just want
our bolt gun's a 270 for my family. That's generally who I hunt with.
Yeah, I'm a 30-06 guy, but 270 is is
We're good.
right up
We're
there.
we're slowly rotating to 308 because it's a NATO caliber and it is cheaper as far as getting a hold of it.
Right.
But it's just the jump that sucks.
270 is really widely available, though. You could definitely find some FUD that got shot up, and there might be some 270 laying around him.
Right. But same to be said with 30-06.
Yeah, 30-06 and 308 are FUD calibers, but they are the right calibers for Americans. Period.
Right. Yeah. There's some merit to be said for 30-30 if you're in like a heavily wooded area that, like, if you're on a river hunting whitetails, you're probably not getting more than a 100-yard shot in a heavily wooded area. Or if you're the shotgun can vary because if you're in, say, Michigan, they're smooth bore. Okay, you probably have a slug gun then. Okay, so you need barrel adequate to hunt with there, not necessarily short barrel. It just depends on your location, but those are the golden five. Whatever variation, whatever you guys decide to commonly stack, that's what you need to focus on. And my other number is 4. I've significantly shrunk my gun collection and moved stuff around to get other preps such as solar, such as bigger water purification, such as water catchment, such as a thermal. I got a thermal now, which is my newest inquiry, such as a suppressor. I'm jumping into different games, getting to that next level of covering my bases, right? And it's 4. You need a gun pointed north, south, east, west. And if you have 10 people in your group and you all have your golden 5, you can point a gun north, south, east, west. Everybody can. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? You don't need 20 freaking ARs. You don't need 20 AKs. You don't need 20 bolt guns, 20 shotguns. We're not arming the town. And you can arm bad people by mistake.
For sure, yeah.
So I'm not about that.
I mean, I have multiples of, say, the Tyranny carbines. Yeah. But, like, I'm actually considering selling a bunch of the stuff that I'm not really going to use. Like, I mean, I'm even thinking about selling some guitar amps and crap like that just to diversify on some prep stuff.
I am selling so much shit right now. I have like the entire Rick and Morty Lego collection. Yeah. Because I love Rick and Morty. I just sold it for $150. They go for like $300. I don't care. The boys starting to grab for stuff like that. I don't have the instructions in the boxes anymore. $150. I had a PS4 sitting around. $150. I got John Wick statues. I'm going to sell them for $120. They're like $80 a pop normally. I don't need this shit. You know what I need? To stack logistics. The same common shit that I've been stacking forever, but in a higher, greater number.
Right. You know, maybe some Z-fold gauze and some compression bandages and stuff.
Yeah. The quick clot gauze is quickly going off the civilian market. So are tourniquets. Hear this? It's a refuge medical drop. I have almost zero medical training. I used to work armed security, armed and unarmed, depending on the contract. And we had this dude at a truck stop slit both of his wrists, and it's standard SOP for that contract that we had a tourniquet on our belt. I never got any tourniquet training with it. My boss, who is a gal, we went and she slapped both tourniquets on, her belt and my belt, and we held his arms above his fucking head. You hold them above the heart to reduce pump, right? And waited for the fucking ambulance to come, and we saved the guy's life. Probably a shitty life now because you do the wrist, you get the tendons and shit like that. You fucked up. Right. You definitely can't drive a truck anymore if you have suicidal thoughts, but that's his fucking problem, not mine. Or the next big deal is nitro gloves, man. People were dealing drugs in the fucking coin slots of all the arcade machines. Everyone I picked out a freaking bag of crack. Picked out a bag of crack with my finger. I call the sheriff. Here's all the crack I got tonight, officer. Thank you very much.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. You got
hookers and shit, and they wanted it to be unarmed. We're like, dude, you need 3 people. You need 1 person in here for backup. You cannot have 1 person walk around this by themselves if they get jumped for their gun. You need 2 people outside. They wouldn't do the contract. We walked the contract, and we're like, dude, you need to allow body armor. We need to, with security, you can get a gray area where you can do things that cops can't do. And some of the stuff I was doing was at military bases and stuff. There's gray areas for all 3, law enforcement, security, and military, where military can go up to the fence, basically. They can't do shit outside the fence. And like
Right.
we had an issue where like two departments would meet up, a sheriff from this county and a sheriff from this county were like right at the fucking driveway. So sometimes they wouldn't respond because they're short staffed anyway. So they had to put security in this fucking 100-yard spot to deal with shit like protesters and shit when people would rotate back in.
Right.
Yeah. So I got to throw people on the ground and cuff them, and had a police baton and shit, and got to pepper spray people when it was necessary for this gig. And at some, you're just a dude with a notepad, and all you can do is observe and report. It just depends on the pay of the contract and what you work out logistics wise for security.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'd be super tactical, and sometimes I was super tactic-gay. I mean,
You're
it's just
right.
what it was. But it's all
like,
the pay.
I think where I work, I'm probably the only guy that actually carries a tourniquet in the building because
Wow.
nobody thinks about it. Like, I think everybody that I work with is sort of like, well, there's one other guy that I guess isn't quite an NPC, but there's a lot of NPCs where I work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just like they don't ever think about the fact that like you get your arm caught in like a 4-horse belt motor, it's going to rip your entire arm off if you somehow get it to where you can't get pulled out, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know, I don't know, man. People don't think about that.
When I was an
crap until it
HVAC tech
happens.
dude out on the roof before I tore up my back, this dude hit his wedding ring on 480. Some dude, another company was out, and they fucked something. I think they wired the compressor in wrong. I don't know. I think they actually flipped a couple legs around. They were dumb. And his wedding ring hit 480. They had it stripped down a little too far, and it arced. It shot this wedding ring off his finger and like skinned it. So I had to like help him down off the ladder, like a 6-story fucking roof, down to the fucking ambulance, right? So that was crazy.
Yeah.
I also threw up violently because it was disgusting, and then I had to smell it. So I'm like throwing up, getting this guy down the ladder. I'm like under him, trying to like hold his belt in case he like fucking falls. And I have like my chest rig on it because you're supposed to like put it on the side of the ladder. I had like that on his fucking rig in case he fell down. I'm like, if he falls down, I'm gonna hang onto this fucking ladder, but we're both probably fucked, right?
Right.
That's kind of the mentality.
Even something like that where it's like a crazy burn and you got zapped and the whole deal, like you could have totally went into shock going down that ladder.
Oh, I know. We're fucking lucky we made it down.
Oh gosh, dude, that's freaking that's scary crap.
Yeah, it's just dumb shit. And he got fired because dude smoked a fucking joint that morning, dude. Like, don't be dumb.
Well, then he kind of deserved it.
Well, I mean, he was a really smart guy. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, again,
you know, and that's a little unfair to say because the truth is, I've considered trying it for like anxiety purposes. So maybe that's a little leftover fuddery about smoking weed because I know of people that do a whole lot worse than that, and I've never seen people do.
Dude, the
really
Delta T
stupid
gummies
shit.
help my back, but in this state, I can't carry my gun and use them, so I just stick in more pain and say fuck it because I'd rather carry my gun.
That's me. I'm on some like anxiety meds, but I'm just really getting a bad view of a lot of just pharmaceutical stuff.
Right.
And I kind of just want to get off of it. And it's another thing where it's like, well, I'm not going to be able to have a infinite supply.
I don't hate you, Corey. Shut up, you fat ginger. Not you. The other fat ginger of the chat.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be hard for me to have an infinite supply of freaking anxiety meds for the boog. So, it's just like, why not just wean yourself off of it and try to find a healthier thing? And I think weed would be healthier than any pharmaceutical.
I'm sad. Shut up, Corey. I'm talking to this dude. This is the introductory chat with this dude. He's much more fascinating than Corey, who's on every chat. Why are you doing an exclamation point before all this? Shut up, Corey, you fag. Anyway. Yeah, dude. The biggest thing for me has been weight. After I hurt my back, I gained a lot of weight because I was working outside and stuff all day and hauling compressors and motors up and down roofs and fixing shit. You just getting in crawl spaces, running up and down freaking, just boring shit like changing filters in a whole fucking like a hotel. Like that's a 3-day job, just changing all the filters and belts. Like it sucks, but when it's rainier, when it's like not ideal conditions to do HVAC checks and shit like that, or you don't have a whole lot of installs. Like I was a tech, so like you'd have an install crew in front of me, and I'd go in and see what they fucked up, and basically set like all the thermostats up and shit like that. and
Right.
say, oh man, they miswired this, fix it, blah blah blah, whatever, to the next one, or if there's a call, whatever, that was me, but then I fucked up my back, so that's not me anymore.
Yeah, dude, I've got some kind of back injury that it occurred in the weight room in high school, and I'm now almost 40, and it still lingers and comes back to visit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I know how that is. So I'm hoping that if I can lose another 80 pounds, that maybe somehow some of that'll just kind of disappear into the ether. I mean, it might be fantasy, but I would like to lose another good chunk and see if maybe that helped.
Yeah. I think it's helped me. So when I did it, I crushed my sciatic nerve. And then I have 4 more discs that are ready to pop. I actually popped one when I was cutting weight. I switched to strength training because I was starting to plateau a little bit. And then I popped another disc last year or this year, earlier this year. And all the back doctors are like, dude, you're too young. You got 4 more discs that are fucking ready to blow. So my deal is I'm pretty much getting my family set up to when I do all my back surgeries, I can retire. So I do a shitload of side
at least
work.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be 8 months and a half body cast, whatever I do.
Oh gosh, dude.
Yeah, really bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I'm 32, so that's a good time.
Yeah, I'm 37, fixing to be 38.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, it's a thing. So taking the weight off helps. It sucks because now I got my boy's going to be 3 this October, so I'm running around with him, picking him up, and doing all the dad stuff.
Yeah.
That actually just hurt my back today.
My daughter's 5, and she's a freaking handful, and she still wants me to carry her around.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, man. So I figure cutting weight can't help, hurt nothing. So I said, fuck it, just deal with the pain and do it,
I feel like it was sort of a blessing that when I cut weight, it was one of the things where I was in such bad shape that I'd get winded going from the front door of work to my truck. And when I finally started getting a significant amount cut, I just noticed that I wasn't getting winded anymore. And I don't know, man. I feel like it was a huge performance upgrade, and I'm actually I mean, I feel more athletic now than I have in my entire life, and I'm still fat. I'm still 316 pounds.
Dude, when I was my skinniest, I was 240 in high school, my senior year. I had a 6-pack, but I was still fat, so I still had tits. So I had a 6-pack with tits. Some of that I'm going to totally blame on Ritalin for giving me female breasts, probably. But I'd like to use that for my excuse anyway. But yeah, this is the first time, finally, I went to so many fucking doctors and back doctors and shit, and they're like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, fuck it, God hasn't killed me yet. I'm gonna do it. And the kid was a big motivator,
Right. So I'm checking out the stream that we're doing right now, on YouTube, and I'm
Are we already
way zoomed in.
Okay.
But I'm trying to send a buddy of mine the stream that I told you I was going to try to stream with.
That's earlier. Good. So we're going to go on a new topic of micro penises. I have a micro penis. I don't know about you. I'd like to be able to see my micro penis one day.
Alex Jones once said that he had the largest micro penis in North America.
That's good.
He said that.
That's good.
He did
so
indeed
we're still
say
live on
that.
YouTube. We got 8 here on quote 2. Check out my only spams. That is a good joke. My butt plug is a spam can, and yes, I can pop that bad boy and fry it for you with my cheeks. That is a prepper skill, my friend. The can keister.
I'm a bad person here too. I'm bad about looking at.
Yeah, you guys got any questions for this guy? I'm actually looking at the chat now, Corey, so you can calm down. This is not a typical chat. This was supposed to be a mini muffin chat, but here we are at an hour. So, fuck me playing Power World tonight like a man. His Pokemon with guns.
I was just bored. Things kind of.
No, you're good.
The guy I was talking about, regular citizen. That's one of my buddies.
Yeah, I'm down, dude. Network with everybody, dude. t.m.t. All I can say about spine surgery is only have a neurosurgeon do it to save my wife's life. Yeah. A neurosurgeon won't touch my back until I do something with it, with other shit. That's the problem. I just regular citizens like, what do I come into? He came in right at the micro penis part. Shit.
Yeah. There was a whole lot better conversation beforehand, but not that this isn't good conversation. But
Hey,
we may be.
This is a prep, okay? This is a prep. All right, so here's the thing I do that nobody else preps is what's your full EDC clothing wise? I go all the way down to my Dickie socks. Right now I'm wearing Walmart Wranglers. I got Duluth chilling underwear so my balls don't stick to my thighs because it is sticky out here, son. It's like 90 degree with humidity up the wazoo, right?
Right.
I got a cotton wife beater. I got a Batman shirt on because I'm a superhero, but there's a weight limit on capes, so I can't have a cape. And then I got my Batman flat bill. And then I got some Destiny glasses I got off Amazon for like $20. They look kind of like Oatleys because I used to play Destiny.
So are you asking what my
yeah,
what
let's
my
do full EDC. So like in my Discord, if you ever see like the little underwear icon, that's me. Like I'm dropping the underwear because nobody talks about EDC underwear, bro.
Right. Well, like I think I had mentioned this that cornstarch is part of my EDC.
Yeah.
You know, you have to dust the wedding tackle in June. You just do.
Well,
otherwise, you're going to get all chafed.
Gold Bonds works really good, and it leaves a nice cooling tinge down there, so it's a good time.
Dude, don't get the green bottle. Don't get the foot powder thinking that's going
to
make your life better. Yeah, you want that yellow bottle. That green that green bottle will set your sack on fire.
Yeah.
It will.
That's a fat guy pro tip. Yellow bottle, baby. Yellow bottle.
For sure. Yeah, just some decent underwear. The old Poverty Pony SD9VE. That's my carry gun.
That's good.
You know, obviously the
upgraded trigger or stock.
It's just a stock trigger, but I've shot it enough that I'm pretty good with it.
40 muffins for the trigger upgrade, bro. Not bad. I did it my stepdad. I bought him a 40 VD. That was his first gun, his first pistol. And dude,
I know a lot of people. A lot of people that I know really want to bag on that gun, and yeah, it's not even plus P rated, but I'm good with it. So I'm just like, I've had it for over 10 years, and it hits where I need it to. So
the first one, that was my first pistol. I traded a rosewood bow I bought out of a customer's basement for $50. Found out that rosewood you can't do anything with anymore. It's like an extinct tree. So I found out that thing was worth like $400. I traded that and a bottle of whiskey for a SVD 9 and 500 rounds. That was my first pistol. I know. So I came at it with a bottle of whiskey and $50, and I got a pistol, right?
Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I had once bought a lever action, and this thing had been left criminally unattended. But I bought it for $50, and it was a lever action 30-30. I still need to put new sights on it. I've had it forever, and I've just never done anything with it. But
ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
One of those Winchester Rangers.
Yeah.
I
like 30-30s. They're cool. I have cut. If you've listened to any conversation with Duke Liberty and myself, I don't know how he's looking at it, but I am still very much invested in only my Golden 5. So my shotgun's an 870. Some people like the Mossberg. My family hunts with 870, so we have a lot of extra parts. It just makes sense logistically. My hunting group, 870. We get a couple people with Mossbergs, whatever. Carry your flavor. We all run, generally that we were for a while running the same bolts until some of us got a little bougie, but
get a little bougie.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the bolt and the actual barrel is probably the most important parts of it. The rest of it you can sort of cheap out on, but if you're gonna go bougie, at least do the barrel and the bolt, like the bolt carrier group.
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy. Like even if it's just having some extra slings and fiber optics and a couple extra scopes laying around, like, and have everything decided in, just like your AR, you got an oops kit, you got an extra bolt carrier, you got whatever you got, extra pieces laying around from builds and stuff like that. It's all good, valuable stuff.
I didn't even plan on having the amount of ARs that I have. It was just one of them things where a buddy of mine really had to have a Mini 14 and was like willing to throw 2 ARs my way, and I was like, well,
Two is
sounds like I
one.
need, I just was like, all right, deal. So I've, instead of having a whole bunch of extra parts, which I still plan on doing, I have extra full complete rifles. So
Nothing wrong with that, man. I
yeah.
think that even if you had just 4 PSAs, man, 2 PSAs, whatever, like it don't have to be crazy.
Right.
Still a gun. ARs
Yeah,
today are good and cheap.
right. I mean, now is the golden age for getting an AR-15.
Yep.
Back in the day, the AKs were like $300, in like 2004. I wish I had spent some money on AKs back then.
Yeah. I'm now with the ammo logistics, the AK is dead to me. So
I get that. It's just I do like the AK, but at the same time, yeah, now that we've got screwed with the whole ammo ban, maybe PSA could bring back 7.62 by 39, and it
they
wouldn't
got it
quite be
making
such
at their ammo plant, but it's not ever going to be the price point that it once was. Which, I
right.
mean, is to be expected.
Who doesn't like that corrosive copper wash stuff you could buy?
Yeah.
Love that stuff.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
flipped a lot of Makarov ammo like that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hot. It's good hot ammo.
Yeah. I've just moved so much milsurp for a couple people that I see that it's such a shit market to sell in, especially right now when the gun market's so soft because the economy sucks. So everybody's trading in shit or everybody's selling shit because they need cash.
Right.
That there's just no money in it. Like there was so many M1s and M1 carbines and just AKs at the last gun show because I work security at the gun show, and
Right.
they just stay there year after year after year, and the price keeps going up. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you how consumer market works, but if you have product that nobody's buying, you lower the price, you moron.
Right.
Like, or it's just going to sit there for years and years and years, like it's been doing. Like you're literally
Those
wasting
are the
gas
kind of.
bringing it in.
Well, it's kind of like the guy that's got a badass muscle car that's been sitting in his yard for like 30 years. And he's like, well, one of these days I'm going to fix it up. And the vinyl top's peeling back on it. And it's just
Right.
becoming a hollowed out
The
cicada
mice
shell.
are humping in the freaking glove box.
Yeah. There's retrimony going on in there. And it's just going to sit there until that guy dies. And then the title won't even be able to be found.
Right. Which was probably his whole problem anyways. He couldn't find the damn title and didn't want to pay to get another one. Didn't want to pay for the salvage title to cut the price down.
Didn't want to have to go down to the fangled DMV to get another one.
Yep. Which is unfortunate. I was actually just talking about a Trans Am that's been sitting in a field since I was 8. And I've been driving past it. I've asked the guy every year I've been out there hunting if I can buy it. And nope. It's glorious gold, the old school gold. The birds just sitting out there, 4-foot tall weeds. I'm like, dude, let me save this car and put it back on the road. It's beautiful. Nope.
Right.
I'm like, well, you're dead, old man. I got a backhoe and there's a fuckload of land out here. Let's do this. So, to the ATF person watching, that was all alleged, and don't worry about it.
Right, it's a freaking joke,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah, get some rhubarb stems, but yeah,
clean it up. We got hogs. We good. But yeah, it's just interesting what people hold on to. But I'm trying to get into the night vision market now, and it is a huge hurdle to hop for, like prepping wise.
Right.
And just right
I'm
now,
nowhere near that.
No, I don't think I'm gonna hit it. Even just selling a bunch of random crap, but I don't know. I'm trying to start a small business whilst working. I have a really good job. I'm not going anywhere. I'll just like subcontract people in, and I got people that want to work and things like that. So like I do like mowing, I do snow removal, I do like handyman stuff, I do HVAC shit, I do drywall, I do plumbing. Like I redid the plumbing and electrical in this house. I'm putting in new heating and air in this house. My basement's unfinished because when I bought it, both pipes busted down here. So we had to pull all the carpet out, all the drywall out, all that shit out. Like wet carpet fucking sucks. I'm never putting carpet in a basement again because of that. I'm doing an epoxy floor that looks like marble. That's going to be awesome. Just shit, man. Like I just do that stuff. Like that's just how we grew up around here. Like when you have that skill set, it's a very tradable skill set right now.
Right.
When I can come in $10,000 cheaper than a guy, and they get pretty much similar quality, I still make $10,000. Deal, you know.
Right.
I'm cool with that. I'll help somebody out. Pay attention to my. All right, I'm sorry, D.D. Welder. Yeah. Chat has stopped before I have quit paying attention to it. I love you, chat. This is just a fun BS chat between me and this Mr. Sir here. Go ahead and shout out your channel name, bro.
Yeah, I run
you.
I run the YouTube channel Missouri Survival and Outdoors. It's just general me showing what I'm doing, learning different skills and prepping and bushcrafting and stuff like that. It kind of started as a bushcraft channel and just has more progressively leaned into prepping and sort of Minuteman stuff as I learn. So, you know, it's not no Garand thumb, but it is.
No,
it's there.
If we had half of the crap Grand Thumb could get, that would be sweet.
Right. I wonder how much of that people are just like sending to him for free because, well, it would hit his channel and people would buy it.
Right.
You know,
they're like, oh, he used that guy's gun. Oh, they just sold, you know, an extra 5,000 guns just because it was on his channel.
Like that's a thing for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I say too many non-PC words on my channel, and I use copyrighted music because I don't know, I just want to be able to use the music that I want to. So I'm never going to be monetized. It's not going to happen.
It's all good. Me either, man. But it's just to throw our nets out is what I always say. If we could throw our nets out and link them all together, if we rope in 10 people a week, new people to help them, or maybe give an idea, like I was saying earlier, that's the point of this.
Right. You know, if there's less people out there that are going to be in the Marauder pack trying to come at you, then mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm. And it might not even be the Marauder pack, man. If you see like Granny or like, you know, young couple with 2 kids walking down the road that are like a week in, you see their eyes and their face start sinking in. Are you really not going to feed those kids?
Right. Yeah. I would have to try to help somebody to some degree. There would obviously be some security going on in that situation.
Right.
But I would try to find a way to help to some degree. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can just even talk to your neighbors or whatever, and if you get them 2 more weeks of food, just say, hey, get an extra grocery trip in of just pantry stuff, you know, soups, beans, some minute rice, Uncle Ben's, whatever they do, you get a hamburger helper. Cool. If you say, hey, you don't have any water stack in your garage, why don't you put 4 cases of water in your garage? If you just did that, deal. You know what I mean? Because that's going to give you the time to get out. That's going to give you the time to get wherever. If that's obviously where you're at, you're in the wrong spot. It's time to move to a different location.
Right. For sure.
So,
and if you're stuck in a residential neighborhood, do yourself and your family a favor and dig up your sewage line, you know, your outline, and put a valve on it. Because if things go to shit, people who are yuppies and don't know what's going to happen are going to keep using the sewage lines until they back all the way up, and you can prevent them from coming into your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is that's a legit thing. 100%. Septic is rocks for SHGF if you have it. If you're on city anything really, I mean, even just city water, I mean, you're reliant on those systems still working, and you don't understand how much wastewater treatment, how much water treatment, how much electrical, and how many people at all those facilities and parts and everything and maintenance running to keep you normal on easy mode right now are in effect constantly 24/7.
Right.
And it's a lot.
Oh yeah. Astronomical. I mean, it's similar to the power grid. If it all went down, it would be so difficult to get it back up. It might be impossible.
Yeah. That's why. Okay. So my sources / gut feeling is we're going to get a T attack. That's for YouTube. T rhyming with terrorist. And they're going to go. They're already hitting the wastewater right now. They've been hitting it all week. Multiple wastewater deals. I don't know if you've noticed. I think it's actually Ford cannot actually sell a car currently this month. They have been hit by a ransomware attack, and all their software to actually sell vehicles is down. Just like the medical crap a couple months ago. Just like AT&T a couple months ago. Like all this stuff's being hit right now. It's basically probe attacks. They've been hitting the electrical grid a little bit less, but it's constant. They've been hitting the wastewater stuff, like slowly even, where like the engineers are basically saying, hey, they've increased the amount of chlorine in this. It can't be above, just throw out random, it can't be above 10%. Otherwise, it can hurt people to drink this water. Oh, how come it's at 13% the last 2 weeks? So that water's been pumping out to everybody's shit for 2 weeks at too high levels to the point where you can get sick or whatever. And they're just doing stuff like that, just with microchips and hacking and incrementally, you know. If you get some lazy guy who doesn't give a shit, they're not going to notice.
Right. I can't say how I know this, but even the Walmart distribution has had hacks recently.
Mm-hmm. So they've had issues with their keypads. I know that end, but there's a lot of things being hacked right now, and I think that, or like if you remember a few years ago, they had that fuel line that they turned the valve off, and like all of like Rhode Island and over there couldn't get fuel. It was like Armageddon, basically. They had to go out and take off the wires of the control and manually turn the valve to open the freaking fuel. They did that with a computer, homies. And the only way you could do it is have some dude go out and actually fucking take off the damper motor, basically, the shutoff valve, and fucking put a wrench on that bitch. You take the arm off and actually move it. And those enclosures are a bitch to get into. Ask me how I know. I sell shit like this for where I work now. So
since you've mentioned games, dude, the concept behind the whole Watch Dogs thing, there's a lot of truth to some of the possibilities in that.
Yeah. You're right. The scary part is everything that we get has been touched by China, and they already have backdoors written into all their crap, all their code.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For everything.
Especially Apple.
Yeah, like it's all compromised. There's a reason why military people have their own special phones and networks, and they don't connect to any of this crap. They don't have any of this stuff included. This is why. Right. When they handed out all those cell phones to the senators about a year ago,
I
they still all fucking got them, bro. They still all fucking got them. Just saying, that's a closed network. That's military shit that we're not privy to.
For sure, yeah.
So that stuff can't be hit. So just having that, like, people forget about this stuff, and I have ADD, and I get bored and go down rabbit holes, and I don't forget this shit, and all this stuff links up.
Right? Yeah, dude. Even like when I was discussing like the Iraq War years ago, I would bring up names like Eugene Armstrong and Nick Berg and stuff, and people would be like, "Who the hell's that?"
I'm bad with names, but
well, like it was just one of those things that I went down the rabbit hole of some of the people that had been on some of the let's just say militants videos, you know?
Right?
And the average normie, when I would discuss it and drop that name, would be like, "Who are you? Who's that?" You know? And I'm just like,
dude, you get headline heroes that all they do is they look at the headlines and they think they're informed, and half the time the article isn't even about the headline. And usually the article is just like 5 paragraphs. Like, that's not information. It's geared propaganda one direction.
Yeah, it's usually an opinion piece.
Yeah.
Without almost no actual source material cited at all.
Yeah, I have not watched the news in almost 6 years because it's not news anymore. I get more news on freaking YouTube, bro.
YouTube and Twitter.
Like, look, have the news even reported on the Russia thing? Twitter was all over that, dude. I get more breaking news on Twitter, and I don't even have Twitter. I just have to say my name there, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know.
Yeah.
I just did it to say my name there because you can simul-stream if you pay for the StreamYard thing there. Yeah. And I just follow a couple people. It's like Tucker Carlson and eHonda 420. That's all I follow.
Yeah, I lurk on Twitter a lot. I have a channel little thing on there, but I don't really post a whole lot. I'm just usually watching the people that I consider credible, and then every once in a while shit posting really hardcore. But
Right.
other than that, you know.
Yeah, man. I just think that I had kind of a soft deadline for everybody. I told them to get everybody, including yourself. There's people that don't hit stage 1 of a basic 1 month toilet paper, hygiene, tampons, pads, whatever for your old
Right.
ladies, like toothpaste, mouthwash, dental floss, whatever, like whatever you need, your medications for the month, and then 1 month of shelf stable food and 1 month of water. Okay, I don't know. Most people really don't know what 1 month of water looks like. Dude, it's like hundreds of gallons of water.
It's a lot.
You can't store it in a house. So what I
No.
preach when I hop on like a bigger channel, like if I hop on like John at Prepper Nation, or if I hop on like Pinball Preparedness, something like that, or like Angry Prepper, in the comments, I'm not on there because I'm a nobody, but I put stacked food, water purification because it's mobile, wool blankets if it's applicable, and then ammo because you need ammo to protect all of it.
Yeah, speaking of like Pinball, I like a lot of his like news update stuff, but if I have to hear about an EcoFlow Delta from him again,
I want one.
I'm just saying, if I have to hear him talk
Yeah.
about an EcoFlow Delta, I'm gonna throw myself off a roof somewhere.
Yeah, it sucks that like that's why I like Southern Prepper 1 is he never really did stuff like that, but like as soon as when I first started watching it was like Full Spectrum Survival, Canadian Prepper, and like John at the Prepared Mind, right? And like I had to finally just get off of them all because it was every 3 days we're all gonna fucking die,
dude. And Full Spectrum Survival, that's the one that I really have a problem with. I always call it Full Spectrum Fear because whether it's stand sport dinnerware or anything else, it's poisonous and you're going to die from it. Or the nukes
I'm
are
like,
gonna
dude,
drop
you look
tomorrow.
like the Crypt Keeper. Eat a cheeseburger, my God.
Dude, no shit. Like that guy, I'm not so sure that he's actually doing any of these prepping things. I think maybe, and I could be wrong, but like I've heard about people who run preparedness channels, or they're like a preparedness guru on YouTube, but they like live in the city and then just have somebody else run their little retreat. Like I get the feeling that that's what's going on there. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see
but it's just
that.
like I get this vibe like Brad's not in the fucking woods, when he's not on camera.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he doesn't look like he split a lot of wood, does he?
Right, I mean, I would think that the arm hair would be darker if there was enough testosterone running to be splitting wood, or
yeah, like just me walking around playing at the playground and doing my little gardening crap and dinking around in the yard. Like I got a farmer's tan, just Nebraska fucking normal people tan. Like this dude's whiter than my nutsack. Like
he could be casted in the remake of the movie Powder.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I am a boomer that does drop it in my movies to watch. I did just watch
Avail yourself of the movie Powder, but think Brad from Full Spectrum Survival.
Okay. Yeah, I actually just posted a deal, and I have so many fucking movies to watch. I did not know it was going to go that viral, but I have 80s movies in my Discord that I need to watch.
I'm going through that. I know what you're talking about, and I am absolutely going through that.
Yeah, I was going to watch Blazing Saddle, but I don't have anything that has it currently. Yeah. And my buddy who thought he had the DVD no longer apparently has the DVD.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking for Sling Blade. It's been forever since I saw Sling Blade. And I've made that mower blade machete, and my boss started quoting that movie, and I was like, man, it's been forever. You cannot find that on a streaming service. You have to go get a copy, like an actual. There's no way to stream it. I think you can buy a digital version on Amazon, like the streaming Amazon thing where you actually buy the movie.
Yeah,
but like for the most part, you have to go get a physical copy, which makes me wonder if like Ted Turner got involved trying to squelch that, like he did.
Well, dude, that's like Maximum Overdrive. Or for like the longest time, you could not get Jericho anywhere; you had to buy it. They got the government. This. Oh my god. Okay,
No, the
stop what
show?
you're doing right now. Yeah, the show Jericho, the
Oh,
Prepping
I
show.
love the show. Yeah.
Yeah, great show. Yeah, you couldn't get that anywhere. Actually, the government shut that down. Pretty realistic survival thing.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
actually really love the show Jericho. But it's funny because it looks like they just wrapped it up quick at the end. Like
I hate
somebody's
that.
butthole started itching about how realistic that was, and they had to wind her
As,
down.
yeah, as soon as they got those contractors involved, it was a big fucking problem. Because that's exactly
Yeah.
what they would do here. It'd be all private guys who didn't give a shit because they're getting a really good check. And they
Right.
probably ain't going to be speaking English like they do on Jericho, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, they'll probably have let's just say possibly have some blue helmets, even though that maybe isn't so much the contractor deal, but you never know. Costumes
The blue
and
helmets
such.
are literally already here, setting in Connex containers. The guns, the body armor, the vehicles, everything is already stored and staged here. It's already ready. It's just whenever they get the green light. Yeah, like people in the southern border, they have people coming over. They have ads down there. You'll get $40,000 if you come up here and food stamps and blah, 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 and all this and living benefits and a free phone. If you have a UN contract, you get $75,000 a year for the first 7 years. Okay, 7 fucking years. UN contract. Right. It's going to activate within 7 years.
Right.
There's no way. China is the only country that actually won the UN's bid for control. That's why we've seen so many, armed and not armed Chinese people here coming across. The contract's activated, dude. It's going to go off. The only reason they won the bid is because they actually have the population to hold us down.
Right.
And it's not just the southern border either. They're staged up and running drills in freaking Canada right now because Trudeau's getting a kickback.
Dude, freaking Justin Castro pisses me off. I'm glad that he's not here, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bitch. Yeah, we got some problems, and I don't know how real you want to go with the Bible, but there's a verse in there that says have food for 7 years. I don't know anybody except maybe barren dependent that's got food stacked for 7 years for their family, let alone a logistics supply of 20 people.
Right. No, I honestly, I take the Bible extremely seriously, even though I should be watching my language.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go kind of deep on the Bible stuff if we get into that, but like, I don't know, dude. I just feel like we're just waiting for the hammer to drop.
Unfortunately, yes. The next problem is when one hammer drops and hits that nail, there's going to be other nails driven into that board because everybody else is going to be greedy and go for their little pint of blood.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, we pissed a lot of people off.
Well, I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on like the Ukraine and Israel thing, but like my thoughts are pretty counterculture on that. As far as like, I think Ukraine is just a huge money grift from, Lindsey, I'm totally straight Graham and the dudes from that caucus.
They're just washing the money through and taking their percentages, and then all the crap that we're sending over there is going to the black market, so they're catching another.
Yeah,
funding.
Dude, it's just a grift in Ukraine. So honestly, I'm not pro Putin either. They're both authoritarian crap holes as far as I'm concerned. But I don't care if Putin steamrolls the whole damn country. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
As far as like Israel and Gaza, I don't necessarily ascribe to the whole they're currently God's chosen people type thing. And I think that a lot of people are just going along with what's going on over there, backing Israel because they think they theologically have to. But yeah,
there's another layer to that. There's a reason why nobody over there will let those fuckers in their country, because
for sure,
the Gazans, dude, their ideology and what they're ingrained into their kids at age 1 and up, like they pretty much rape and behead whatever they want. It doesn't prescribe to their fucking brand of religion is trash to them. Like they want to get rid of it.
Well, dude,
there's no way you're going to read that hate out of people.
we can send them water pipe and they turn it into rockets. Okay, so I'm not saying queers for Palestine type stuff. I'm not even. I don't back the whole Palestinian nonsense. I just don't want my tax dollars going to Israel either, and I don't want to be like told, "Oh, you've got to back them because they're God's chosen people." I don't necessarily think that's the case.
No,
currently,
and like I said, that might sound harsh, but when the kids are taught such extreme ideology at such a young age, there's really no saving that. And the only way to stop that ideology is to stop all of it at once. If you catch my drift.
I do see what you're saying, and that even happened biblically speaking. You know, go over there and wipe it out, including the men, women, and children. I get that,
but that's not my place to say.
Yeah, my thing is I just don't buy into the whole idea like, well, you're theologically obligated to buy into Israel's thing. Because if you look around at all the people censoring people like you and me, most of those people have ties to Israel, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm against Jewish people. I'm not. I don't have a problem with them. I'm noticing the trend that's stacking up, and I don't like it.
Yeah, there's multiple trends stacking up I don't like. It's interesting times we live in, and it takes interesting individuals. And the problem is say you could get 5,000 people logistically on the same level. There's 5,000 people that have different viewpoints of how you should tactically do things, how you should do anything. It's just like whenever you get some sort of population, like on a tribal level, say you have 20 people, you can pick a clear leader and a right-hand guy and like a medic.
Right.
When you get to bigger numbers, there's leaders and followers, and there's people with reverse roles that think they are what they're not.
Right.
And that becomes the problem, and you start spinning your wheels and not doing anything.
Right.
So while we think that whenever something's going to pop off, oh man, we're all going to pick up our gun. I heard it from a guy who hasn't shot a gun in 10 years. He's like, oh man, if some shit goes down, I'm just going to put a piece of wood right here and I'm going to poke my gun out the window. I'm like, dude, some dude that goes out hunting with his bolt action from Walmart is going to drop you, dude.
Right. Dude, people overestimate their capabilities. Like,
yeah,
to such a degree that it's crazy. I mean, that's one of the reasons that, like, I don't put myself out there that I know anything about shooting, because in a lot of respects I don't. You know, I'm actually still seeking out training and things like that. So I don't want to like put myself out there. But I know a lot of dudes that think that they are just the neighborhood sniper.
Right.
You know, and
they don't even have an
AR. All I need is a you know, a 45-7, just some boomer. I got a maintenance man guy that he was going on talking about when are these young guys going to get out here and fix this country and blah blah blah. And he's one of these guys that also thinks that Trump is like the freaking orange messiah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, going and being the next. He is just blown up in the break room about it. I'm like, going and being the next poster boy for bad gun ownership for CNN is a terrible idea. It's not going to accomplish anything.
Yeah, they're playing 4D chess, and that dude's playing checkers. That's why he loses every time. Plain and simple. Yeah, I hear that from people. And then I go up to him, and I'm like, okay, what are you going to do for 1 week? Like, what are you talking about? Go out and do it for 1 week. What do you mean? You say you're going to go do this with your shotgun. Go out, and 1 week later, what do you do? What do you mean? Are you going to pack enough food for an entire fucking week? Wherever you're going? Right. When you run out of gas and you keep going and you keep trucking, let alone with rounds and shit flying at you, how are you going to sleep? Be like, oh, hey, dude, well, I'm not going to sleep. There's going to be too much action. You're not going to sleep for 7 fucking days? Good luck. Good fucking luck, dude. Like, oh, yeah, by the way, oh, man, you're going to be walking and all that. Oh, did you know you're going to go out right now? Yeah. Go walk by the river. Do you know how many motherfucking ticks you're going to walk out with?
Holy crap, dude! Right?
Yeah. I'm like, do you ever think about that? He's like, oh, I'm like, I got a mosquito net in my bag. Why? The mosquitoes aren't that bad. Baby, you in the town right now. They fog this stuff. You go out there, you go walk 10 cornfields out, you're getting eaten alive. They're going to pick your fat ass up.
Yeah.
Like you don't know anything.
You're going to be so pockmarked and bug bitten.
Yeah, that's just the luxuries of life, not getting eaten by bugs. Like, okay, you're carrying a shotgun that far. You got a sling on your shotgun? No. Good luck. That's gonna fucking suck. That is gonna fucking
Right?
suck carrying something without a sling that far.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, and half of them don't even have a bag packed. Like
Nope.
that's another thing. It's just asking. Well, I hope you have a well packed bag. With all of the things you're gonna need.
Yeah.
And none of them even have a backpack set aside for some crap like that.
Dude,
they think that they're gonna
this
go
is the
pull a
easiest
stunt.
thing. You got a life straw? What's that? You're dead.
Yeah.
You are dead. You cannot make purified water on the move. I'm like, do you have a lighter? No, I don't smoke. I have a fucking lighter in my pocket right now.
Yeah,
I don't fucking
always
smoke.
have a lighter.
Yeah. Like, dude, you are fucked. You are fucked.
Right.
They think all these romanticized things, man. And it's not going to work that way.
No, there's going to be a lot of people do some really dumb stuff at the beginning. But like I really think that it's going to be one of those deals that in the first 30 days, a lot of people are going to assume room temperature. And then in another 30 days, I guess you could say the intermediate people will assume room temperature. And then all that's going to be left at about 90 days are the people that are actually dangerous.
Or we're smart.
Or smart, which does mean they're actually dangerous.
Yeah. Especially to somebody with authoritarian views. I think if they do a T attack and they flip off power and water, they could take this country in 6 months with almost no pushback. And then they could come back in. We bought all of our natural resources for what, 100 fucking years?
Yeah.
We are the pearl in the oyster's gullet, baby. As soon as somebody takes all of our natural resources here, they don't give a shit about our EPA standards or anything like that, or mining or drilling standards.
Right.
They're going to do what they do in their country here. And we are a fat blackberry bush, the last one on the hill. And that grizzly bear is coming up before hibernation, baby. And he's ripping us up at the roots, and he's going to take us in the cave with him. You know what I mean?
No, I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. We did it to ourselves.
Well, and I think that the WEF and those kind of turds that have been infiltrated into our government, I mean, that's exactly what they want, because they're going to be part of the looting class.
Yeah.
The you will own nothing and be happy group.
That's why the mass repletion theory, like all these people coming from third world countries here, we've gotten to the point where I think we're so intelligent and we go down to our dumbest links. So it's taken that long. Like I can barely figure out how to run YouTube because I'm retarded. We've gotten down to, we can look up a lot of stuff on our phone, and these people are looking up cat videos and Pepsi commercials and tits. Like they don't care. And they'll work and work. They don't care. They don't want to own a house because as long as they're paying for somewhere to live, it's better than the freaking shack with tinfoil and fucking cardboard duct tape to the sides they had before. It's like a mansion here. It could be the shittiest Motel 6, and it's way better than anything they would ever have there their entire life.
Right.
So they get their working class until the robots take over the intelligent work. You have a few key people that can repair the robots and the screens and things they use. The rest, slave labor. Slave labor in the most resource-rich country in the world. They don't need us anymore.
Yeah, we're definitely being outsourced, especially to robots and things like that. But I really think that the influx of migrants is a Cloward and Piven thing. They want too many people to sustain here. That's how you get a mass die-off.
Yeah, because people will push back eventually.
The gears in the clock are grinding, but everybody is too worried about drinking wine and watching
Bread and circus.
Yeah, breads and circuses. I always call it the daiquiris, Nintendos, and jack-off magazines thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a Billy Madison reference.
I like that.
I think it matches our society.
Yeah, we're almost at idiocracy level, except for we're not all wearing Crocs yet. Close, half of us.
I do have a pair.
I
do
also have a pair. But yeah,
I call them survivalist Crocs, though. You know, I mean they're paired with a rifle, so.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
I need to go get me a Hawaiian print shirt to go along with that, though.
Oh, now you're a proud boy. Look at that.
Well, you know, I mean, even if I don't hold the ideology, I might need to just wear the costume every once in a while to get a few extra rees out on the street.
Yeah,
but
I like it. But yeah, man, there's so many things that are linking up and at a quicker succession that eventually it's like a good boxer. He's getting his jabs in now before he gives the final strong arm punch, dude. And we're going to be enough off balance that we're going to hit that floor.
Well, like look at the other like European countries that are like even telling their people to get prepared, and they're even spending money on being prepared for like nuclear exchanges. Mm-hmm. America isn't doing that because we're the target.
I don't think we'd be that's the one thing I think is going to save us in the nuclear thing is I think they want the resources. I think that will be our only saving grace. I think they'll do the TAC nukes in high population areas because that's not where the resources are anyway. That's going to be what sucks the resources away quicker. But they don't want to hit Nebraska. We have a ton of cattle. We have a ton of, I mean, they might because the presidential nuclear bunkers up by Omaha somewhere. And every railway in the entire country. Yeah, they don't want to hit that. They don't want to hit mines countries. They don't want to hit a national forest. They want to come cut it down.
Right.
They don't want to hit that stuff. What they want to hit is the population center. Like if you hit Wall Street, that's going to take enough shit down.
I think if even just a few TNs, you know, tactical N-words went off, even 3 of them, just the panic would cause this country to have an economic collapse.
Yeah. And the immediate thing would be everybody on medical. The next thing would be, you know, all the big guys that didn't get out for the last couple of years and cut some weight. Like they're going to be running around huffing and puffing, trying to get to their work truck, and they're just going to give out because all the stress on top of it, man, carrying a backpack and.
Right. Well, like biblically speaking, there's a part in the Bible where it talks about that men's hearts will fail them from fear of what is coming on the earth. That I think that's pretty
accurate,
pretty strong statement.
Yeah. I was researching what could actually penetrate brimstone. 5.56 is sufficient enough. 223 a little bit hotter. Because if, biblically speaking, we would be fighting demons, they're going to be bathed in brimstone, but we're not going to have the Noah's Ark, right? We're going to be bathed in fire this time. So that's why I think could make sense for all these super duper rich people to have their shit underground, but when they come back up, it's going to be a party.
Man, because you said that, that makes me think one of these days we ought to just go down the biblical rabbit hole on a separate stream of just conspiracy land and all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, that could be. I will totally fail on that because that is a weekend for old Tactical Muffin Top, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm a dirty Christian, and I lose interest in some old dude who can't speaking.
Yeah.
Which sucks. That's a me problem.
But like just the general, like talking about like the Nephilim maybe still being here and things like that. I like talking about that crap.
Yeah, I talk a lot about the flat Earth theory at work and the ice wall, and we're talking about like the dome and stuff. Like, pretty critical pretty big critical hit things, which is cool.
Well, I'm not convinced of all of that, but I'm not unconvinced of all of that, if that makes any sense. Like if I got a call from somebody that I trusted and thought was a sane person, and they were like, "Yo, dude, there's this huge like hole that opened up, and there's a dragon that crawled out of the ground, I would ask him what color it is. Not because my brain is so open-minded that my brain's falling out, but it's one of them deals like we've seen so much lunacy, but
like the aliens in Florida Mall.
Nothing stuff like that. Nothing surprises me anymore, and that sucks, and that's a bad thing that we have that level of just craziness going on.
Yeah, another thing I talk about is the weather thing. You can actually see it on the NOAA radar, man. You can see the little laser beams, and then where they're hitting it up, and they have like little patches that they heat up with, I think, microwaves. They microwave the aluminum in the air with all the satellites and shit. You can actually see where the big storms start taking off, and that's where you get the big tornadoes. It's where you get the big hailstorms and shit like that.
So like that the Doppler radars are kind of like storm creators as opposed
like
to...
blue beam, bro. But they're making their own high and low pressure things by heating up the air to give it a channel to spiral in.
I've seen some stuff on that, and I've seen enough of it to say, dude. I think that's legit.
I think it's fucking legit too. That weather war is the big thing. We said for how many years, like especially desert warfare, we'll just make sure it doesn't rain for 10 years. You're dead. You are dead. You cannot live there.
What do you think of the particle colliders?
I don't know about that necessarily.
Like the whole CERN particle collider and how like people...
The CERN thing, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And them like talking about trying to open up a black hole. And to me, that sounds like a portal for... Shit. That sounds like a portal for aliens in the sense of not necessarily this dimension, if that makes any sense.
Right. I think they'll probably say aliens, but I think
demons.
They'll be demons. Yeah.
Like let's just go with Alex Jones. Demons.
I think they'll be demons. I think that they're going to use them for another name, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technically, a demon is alien to this. By definition of the word, would be alien to this realm.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure I'm heavily invested into brown pants at that time because I will be shitting my pants 24/7.
Like my buddy Maccabeus Survival says, you might want to have your shitting pants on.
Yeah, for real, man. Because you'd be like, holy fuck, what is that thing? Why do I have a fear boner right now? I'm weird. Now I have to run.
And let's be clear. Shitting pants are corduroys.
Not for me. I need a darker shade, homie.
Man.
That's some crazy shit, man. It's interesting.
I think we went way off. But
no, this is perfect. I mean, usually we end on penises. So we did good. We went to penises and took a hard left. That's a good time.
Nice.
But yeah, just dudes BS and chats. That's like pretty much all these chats ever turn into. So you should totally try to swing by some other people's chats, dude. I'd recommend you enjoy your company. You're pretty much me, but you got a better mustache than I do. My soul patch you can't see because I'm fucking blonde. But yeah, I'm just a fat dude with a chin strap. I don't have glasses because I paid for LASIK. Way too expensive, way too early. But
yeah, I don't know if I could even get LASIK, man. I got the old prison issue looking things just because they didn't make the rest of my head look fat. It was the only thing that I thought actually. Dude, the frames of these are called fat heads.
Oh, they look good, man.
No,
it's good.
Like no lie.
What do you got? What's your eye issue?
They said, and it's been a long time since I got these glasses. I need to get a new set. But they said that like the actual vision part of it wasn't so bad, but that my eye does something weird with light that it like bounces around in a weird way. So I cannot even get contacts.
I had really bad astigmatism to the point where I was on my last set of Coke can bottle cap glasses before I was legally blind right out of high school, which is one of the first reasons why I couldn't get into the military. I tried 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, and then I also lied about fucking up my shoulder and my
chart?
leg. No, no, because when they came, I still was able to have contacts. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm scooting in this. Uncle Sam's paying for my eyes. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah. Gotta get some new eyes from Uncle Sugar, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, they were a little bit picky choosy when I tried to get in. They seen I broke my leg in football, and I reported, which was supposed to be anonymous, to my football coach, but I actually dislocated and relocated my shoulder, jumping out of a truck whilst drunk, trying to get a rabbit with my pocket knife.
Dude, that sounds like some Missouri shit, dude.
Yeah, so I got road rash on my face and fucked up really bad, and I went to bed. I was still super drunk, so I didn't really think I felt it at the time. But I went to put on my backpack the next day and go to school with my road rash. That my mom thought I got jumped by like a bunch of Mexicans or something because I
Right.
run my mouth a lot. And I put my backpack on, and my shoulder was just on fire. I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I go look at it in the mirror, and it's like hanging way down. And I was like, "Oh, this is a problem. I should probably go see if I can get this fixed before class." So my
Right.
football coach shoved my fucking shoulder back in my socket, which did not feel fucking good. And
Oh,
he's like,
dude,
"Yeah,
I
you
bet
just
that was
ripped all your
excruciating.
fucking ligaments, bro." I was like, "Yep, yeah." He's like, "You're probably not squatting today." I was like, "That's good. Fuck leg day."
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
So he totally reported that. What a dick.
It kept you out of your dream career, huh?
Yeah. Frontline. Hashtag human shield, baby. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, somebody, my buddy, regular citizen, told me that the camera was super zoomed in on me. So if you're looking into my pores and they look like the size of a quarter or something, I'm sorry.
No, that's good. I'm just checking out your glorious smile there. Those luscious
Oh,
lips. Hit the freaking lip balm,
fantastic.
baby. Yeah, that's a good time.
Lip balm. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I carry freaking chapstick on me, dude. Every day. Gotta keep these babies fresh.
Got the Blistex, in case you need to do some tactical ass kissing. You never know.
Getting fancy. I got
So,
the
yeah.
old. I like Burt's Bees, but that shit's expensive. I got the Carmex. Seems to work pretty good for me.
Right.
Carmex. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm a false ginger in the sense I've just got little patches of ginger.
Cheating.
So.
You're cheating, Ginger.
Cheating ginger.
Yeah.
Dark
That's
ginger.
Cute. Yeah. I'm just a fat tactical muffin top, so that's cool.
Dude, that is a hilarious name. Like, when I first saw that, I was like, man, I kind of wish I'd named my channel Tactical Muffin Top. That's hilarious.
It's pretty sick, yeah. Everybody's like, "Yo, dude, what are you carrying?" And I pretty much carry what I almost a full duty belt. Like I carry the fixed. Like if you check out my EDC, like that's what I carry every fucking day. Like a fixed blade, folder, pepper spray, my wallet, fucking tack flashlight, folder, mag, which I lost a mag holder. I'm waiting on another one in the mail. I have no idea where the fuck I put that. And then I carry a duty size gun with a light and a dot now. And I have that 300 parallel where my shirt hangs over so I can hide everything right there. So when I become skim milk, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Dude, get those tall Pro Club shirts like I was telling you about, man. Those things they're
yeah, I mean,
wonderful.
I could do it just in the Carhartts, like just the single color. I used to do it in like the pearl snaps because like they break up the pattern enough.
Right.
But yeah, now I can do it just like a regular shirt.
Right.
Got it down pat, man. Good holsters. Dude, Core Belts. I cannot say fucking sponsor me, Core Belts, because I want to give away free belts to cool people. Like, their belts rock. I got married in a fucking Core Belt. I wear it every single day of my life for the last, like, 9 years.
You say a Core Belt?
K-O-R-E, Core. Yeah.
I'll look them up. Dude, I'm wearing those Condor rigger belts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's similar.
They flop? But... No, these are I got videos on it. They're like leather kydex in the center with like leather again stitched up. Like they're solid. Like the one I have right now is gray. It's a duty belt, like cop. Like
that sounds heavy.
They're like a giant fucking zip tie.
Sweet.
Like, here, let me stand up so you can hear my crotch. See if you can hear this with my shitty mic. Ready? Hear that?
Yeah.
That's an 1/8 inch increment, not me ripping ass of my belt. So it goes at 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch, whatever the fuck it is. Every little deal. And it's just like a little zip tie. They're comfortable as hell. So like if I'm driving, I'll just hit the switch and it'll loosen up to wherever I'm sitting. I stand up. When I get out, I'm good. I'm tight. Walk.
Right.
Yeah, they're so nice.
So
$60, $80, something like that.
So being a muffin top, do you do the suspender thing? Because I have found suspenders to be very valuable.
I did for a while, but I was having more issues with my back, and the back doctor actually said that's really bad because I have shrinking discs. So this is actually putting more pressure on my discs, and it's not doing good stuff.
Right.
And I have a nerve that's pinched underneath one of them, so I was basically pinching my nerve on top of it. So that was like not cool.
Yeah, had to make a change on it. I need to change up the wallet thing, dude, because I think
Take it
some
out of
of
your
my
back
bag
pocket.
phones are, right. That's
It's
what
the
I'm saying.
worst thing for you.
I've got this ridiculous like doorstop in my back pocket that I need to
Yeah,
get
don't
rid
do
of.
that. I carry front left pocket every day of my life. Just get a Ridge wallet. I have a Trivex. It's cool. It's a little bit bigger, but the little pry bar on it tears up my pockets.
Yeah.
Just get a Ridge wallet. Honestly, that's the next thing I'm going to. It's just be what I recommend. Which
I don't
sucks
know.
because they're expensive as fuck. But
I've heard the name Ridge Wallet, but like I've never even looked into one.
yeah, it pretty much just holds cards, and it has like a little money clip on it. And I very rarely carry cash, so that's where it's at. You can throw it in your front pocket, and you're good.
I get bummed out that like cash is becoming less and less a thing. Like,
yeah, you should theoretically, to fight the system, use it more, but it's just such a pain in the ass, and people can't even
like
count
even
back
places are
change
trying to quit
anymore.
taking it.
Yeah,
Yeah, people are trying.
They won't. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid. Or like Walmart when they were doing the change again thing when you couldn't get fucking pocket change. They're like, would you like to round up the nearest dollar? I'm like, bitch, give me my quarter. Like,
like you're telling me that this I don't know if it's $1 trillion corporation is having a change shortage. Go screw yourself.
yeah, well, it was actually because they weren't minting enough change. So
Whatever
with
the
like
excuse.
like the whole COVID thing happened, and like all the change they get cycled back to the Fed and stuff, like that's damaged and can't actually go through like coin slots and shit.
Yeah.
They didn't make anymore. And like as soon as like that's the whole reason why like dollar readers and everything, there was a class in like a 4th grade class in some state, like they voted to change like the $5 bill or the $1 bill or something to add shit to it and change something on it. I don't know, whatever. But the only reason why it didn't pass in the Supreme Court is because it was going to cost so much money for vending machines to change the readers to actually take that bill that They said fuck off. There's like really good historical reasons, everything. It made a lot of sense. And then they're just like, no, see you later. Because nobody's going to pay change it.
Right.
It's all about money at the end, man.
Right. Yeah.
So now it's just cheaper to have a card reader that'll take everybody's card.
Right.
Which makes sense, but I mean, it's fucking lame.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said earlier, though, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop the direction of the country at this point.
I don't think three presidents could change it.
Do what now?
I don't think we could change the trajectory, whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, in 3 presidencies. 12. I don't think 10 years is going to change anything. I think we're too far gone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I think that it's just going through the motions until the circuses and all that goes away, and then there'll be a collapse of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Which is a problem because that means we are on some sort of time frame. It just depends on what increases the destruction. The X factor, the chemical X for the Powerpuff Girls that we don't know when it's getting spilled in that mixture, baby. Which blows. Because I'm all about fucking Buttercup because that bitch was a tomboy. But yeah. 90s baby.
I don't think I ever watched that, but
that's unfortunate. That's a really good show. You should check out Mojo Jojo, dude. He's an evil monkey scientist guy. It's a good time.
Interesting stuff. Dude, I went through a period of my life where I didn't even watch movies or TV. Like I was so into music that like I just got rid of everything else. For a long time.
I did that in my emo phase when I thought I was going to be a tattoo artist, and I had a full ride to Denver Art College, but they weren't going to pay board. Yeah. Or they weren't going to pay room, and I just bought a truck, and I could not fucking afford to live in Denver and make a truck payment.
Right.
It's too expensive, even then. So then I never did that. So fuck me.
Yeah, I just wanted to be in a band really bad and just focused on music stuff. So
It's all good.
that never went anywhere, by the way.
Yeah. I drew up some tattoos for some buddies in high school, but unfortunately, like shooting, drawing is a perishable skill, and now I suck.
Yeah.
What
I
can you
never
do?
had any talent drawing, but
Yeah, it's all good. I sold some stuff to colleges and stuff when we had art fairs and things like that, museums and stuff, which was
yeah.
cool. It was cool to have more talent than my art teacher. He stole a bunch of my shit when I left. My sister, who was younger than me, went through. She's like, "Hey, he has like a bunch of your shit." I'm like, "Oh yeah, how do
Really?
you know it's mine?" She's like, "It has your signature on it." I was like, "Oh, what a dick."
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm
I
like,
mean,
"Oh
I
well."
guess at least it didn't scratched out and has his signature on it.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh well, I don't care anymore." That was a phase of my life that I've grown up past.
Right.
But yeah. Well, man, we've been going for like 2 hours, chat. Chat, I'm going to look at you now. You got 5 minutes to give us any discussions that you care to talk about with our new friend, Missouri Survival 4 or 417, something like that.
Yeah, well, the channel's Missouri Survival and Outdoors. The freaking the actual Rumble channel was a handle for like playing games and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm completely illiterate at how to fix it, so it's just a screwed up mess.
It's okay. You can
So,
always make another one. Watch a
well,
YouTube video on how to make a
here's
rumble.
here's the thing: I did try to make another one, and I screwed that one up too.
Uh-oh.
So
It's all
yeah,
right. We
like
can
I ended
only
up not being
fail
able to get
so many
back in.
times.
Yeah, I was only able to get back in like one or two times, and it's screwed up. So
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
gonna
from.
stick to YouTube until they decide that I am no longer kosher,
Yeah.
and then that'll go the way of the buffalo. But
I will be doing StreamYard next month. I'm going to pay for it. You can simulstream to here and X. This is nice because if I want to go do something not YouTube tied down, it's kind of cool. And it's
yeah,
free. And I love free because I'd rather put my money towards preps. But like
right.
I preach like a very incremental, like a $5 a week prep. If you can't afford $20 a month to better yourself, cut fast food for a day. Like, there you go. Like,
Right.
like go to the dollar store and get hygiene for a week, and then go get cleaning supplies, and then go get. I wouldn't recommend tools, but God, if you really need tools, like there is some cool hacks. Like the shitty. I got some. Oh, check them out. My favorite hack is those uh, cordage deals they got. Just take their shitty cordage off and use it like in your garden or whatever, and then wrap it in paracord. It's like a cheap budget paracord tool minus the cutter on
Right.
it. Yeah, those are freaking awesome, man. Stack food. That's a great barter right there, dude. Like I used to stock like alcohol and like cheap cigars from like the dollar store and shit. Now I
Yeah.
stock like lighters and rice and bouillon and stuff like that because worst case scenario, I don't trade it. I still
You
have
can.
it.
Yeah, you can still use it. Yeah, dude, I've got a ton of lighters of just those
Yeah.
cheap, the Scriptos from Walmart.
Yeah. Even
They've
just a
kind of
5-pack
got
of
that.
pick every time, you know?
Right. Those Scriptos from Walmart, I just noticed that they had the biggest flames out of all the
Mm-hmm.
cheap ones, and I was like, all right, this is the kind of crap
That's
my
cool.
mom burnt the end of a cigarette off with in like the 90s.
Yeah, that's where you want. That's what you want. But yeah, I do like seasonal rotation. Like I did one where I picked up. It was an expensive prep. It's something I don't generally do, but I got Milwaukee battery powered coats, and I stacked the wall. It doesn't make any sense, but when they're $100 and they're normally like $200-300, and now I'm moving snow for like contracts. Like I just bought a blade and slapped it on a crappy 99 I have. Like I'm making $200. Okay, well the first fucking time I push snow, I'm making my money back on coats for me and the guy riding in the truck with me.
Right.
Cool. And then the next time is all profit, and we're fucking warm, and we're not bitching, and we can knock more shit out. Like, deal.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. It's just
That's cool.
shit like
Just
that,
kind of
man.
thinking through things and strategically just building on a thought process until you've got something going.
Well, what I do now is like really large HVAC stuff, and I'm already seeing supply chain issues like really bad, like worse than before COVID. So eventually, if that stops, like, so does my job. because I can't make anything. So I'll be one of the last ones cut because I'm in the engineering department, but I have side gigs. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, I'm not to the point where I can live off just my wife's income, or if some shit like that goes down, like, she might not have a job. Like, you know what I mean? Or if like COVID goes down, like that kind of crap. A lot of people, both people didn't have a job. So how many people can afford to do that again?
Right.
You know what's going to happen in Nebraska? It's going to fucking snow. So guess what? Having a truck with a snow blade on it, I can fucking still work. You know, I just load the snowblower in the back. Yeah, saws, jacks, tow straps, or you know what? You know what I've been doing? I have a rider. I just mow a couple extra people's lawns that they're too lazy to go do it or too old to go do it. Be like, yo, $50. It's paying for my gas to mow my yard for free, dude. The other $50 is going in the fucking prep wallet. Like, I was doing it anyway. What's an extra hour outside? Me losing an extra pound? Oh no, I don't have a couple hundred of those to get fucking rid of. Like,
right?
It's not hurting me,
dude. I was going wrecking the other day, and people were like, "Why are you doing that in the heat?" And it's like, because if I play, is the boog going to be mild? Is that what you're thinking?
I love air conditioning. Like, that's what I do. You know what you're not going to have? And shit hits the fan, one of the first luxuries you're going to cut is fucking air conditioning.
Right. Like, just you're not going to be running your air conditioner with your Jackery.
No, you can't. It's unsustainable. Let alone a Jackery. They're too small. But yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Any kind of little thing that you think is going to be your miracle power thing. An air conditioner is going to be one of the last things that you're going to ever be worrying about.
It is the biggest drain on any system. The only thing that you could do is like a propane diesel powered, but that's just going to eat through your fuel so much. What you're going to have is a box fan or a circular fan or two.
Right.
If you're lucky, you get a fan.
And you could wire a box fan or even a fan from like a car up into like a car battery or something like that, and that works.
Yeah, slap an inverter on it, dude. Yeah. You know what's going to be really great is having two windows with a cross breeze and you wet a towel on each one of them. It's a ghetto swamp cooler. Like,
yeah,
it works.
Yeah, and that'll bring the temp way down with the evaporative cooling.
Yeah, it'll help. But guess what? That takes water.
Water, yeah. Which, I mean, you could probably use dirty water in that sense, obviously, but like still.
Yeah, but then there goes your increase for mold because that's what swamp coolers do, man. So then you also have to stack cleaning supplies. You got to clean that towel with dish soap or something. You got to agitate it. So you got to have at least a 5-gallon bucket and something to agitate it. So you got to wash your laundry. Oh, that sucks. If I can't run my 240 AC, that means I can't run my 240 fucking washer and drying machine. Uh-oh. I have to fucking wash and hang my clothes like the olden days. Right. Figure it out, people. Like,
you know, we grew up actually washing and hanging clothes.
Yeah, my grandma still does it, dude.
That's cool.
Yep.
Man, those old people are going to be invaluable if there's any of them left when the boog happens.
They're in the fucking mag, bro, for sure. Like, old people are awesome. I hang out with a lot more old people, but...
dude, I think most of my friends in life, like I have like 3 dudes that are my age that I'm friends with and talk to, but like almost everybody from high school has disassociated from me in the last 15 or so years because they're just like, because I'm constantly talking about the stuff that we're talking about right now and just the way things are going to devolve to where they're pretty much disassociated.
Yeah, they don't want to think about it. They don't want to be taken out of their happy little plump life that they're content with. They want to be on the rat race forever, and I don't. I want to be out in the woods in my little shack with people leaving me the fuck alone.
Right. But yeah, I'm just saying a lot of my associates locally that were my friends have just, you know, self-selected out of my, you know, they just don't want to interact. And that's cool, I guess. I mean, I guess there's less people to worry about. But, you know, those same people are going to be like, hey, man, you know, when things go to bad, you know, I need to come to your place.
Coming to your house.
Dude, that can't happen.
That's everybody who's told me that. I actually got a guy at work prepping this way. He's like, I'm just going to come over to your place, Tactical Muffin Top. And I said, this is what's going to happen. You're going to bring every piece of clothing you have, all your towels, out, all of your blankets, I was like, all your pillows, you're bringing your fucking mattress. I was like, you're bringing all of your food, whatever your flour, you're bringing all your coolers stocked with all your freezer shit. You're bringing all your guns and all your ammo, all your batteries. You're going to go through your fucking house, strip every motherfucking battery out of the wall clock and bring it here. And I said, you know what that's going to get you? You will get 1 meal a day, and you will be digging a ditch around my fucking perimeter for me. There's a thing where you can dig a ditch to the perimeter where a tank actually can't get through it. It's like a 3 foot by 6 foot. Guess what? I need that dug yesterday. All the way around the whole fucking perimeter. And if we're out at a farm, guess what? We still need it dug. And if it's a 10-acre fucking farm, that's 10 acres of ditch to dig, baby. That is a lot of fucking work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, people are going to have to just come to reality that, like, when the balloon finally goes up, it's not going to be, hey, we're going to come and inconveniently camp for a week.
No. It's a lifestyle change dramatically, instantaneously.
Right.
And to get out and ruck in the heat now, to get out and ruck in the winter, like, it was raining the other day, and I was vetting in a couple people, and they're like, well, I don't want to go ruck in my plate carrier in my backpack. It's raining. I'm like, so what are you going to do when it's fucking raining and you have to ruck in it?
Right. Dude, on that particular
You're like, I don't want to get my gun all wet. What happens when your fucking gun gets wet? You have to clean it.
Honestly, and I know this is a James Yeager thing, but I'm thinking if he's afraid to scratch his gun up, you know, like, I don't know. If it's still some sort of safe queen that you're not that you're going to be afraid to use like a tool, you're not going to use it effectively in a firefight. Yeah. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Dude, Lawfully said it perfectly last week. If it's not a gun you're willing to rattle can tomorrow, sell it.
No shit. That's right. But even when he's talking about the rucking thing in the rain and stuff, the other guy that I'm kind of working with for tactical stuff in this mag that we're kind of putting together, I told him, I was like, if we're talking to somebody and trying to vet somebody in, if they don't want to ruck with us, I don't fucking want them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Like,
okay, if it's a geriatric old guy, I'm not asking him to ruck. I'm talking a dude my age or in around or more youthful than myself. If he can't even get off his ass enough to go do a couple of rucks with us, that is a waste of time.
Yeah, the only caveat I would say maybe is if they're like doctor, veterinarian, something like that, maybe.
And I wouldn't want them out doing the shit anyway. Those people are going to be staying
I will have
in
them
a protected area.
Yeah, in like a safe room, man.
Yeah. Any kind of herbalist, something or other that's a naturopathic guy. I mean,
this happened to a kid in high school. We were cutting wood for this. Our buddy was a farmer, and we were helping him cut wood so he could actually hang out with us and go to a movie because we're bros. So we're over here cutting trees and shit. This guy takes an axe because his chainsaw dies, starts cutting a tree to try and get it done quicker. His foot goes through his steel-toed boot, or his axe goes through it. It didn't cut his foot, but he's like, dude, if I didn't have steel toes on right now, we'd be going to the fucking hospital.
Right.
I didn't have steel toes on that day. Guess what old Tactical Muffin Top stopped doing was using a fucking axe.
Right.
Like, dude, that shit's for real, man. And if you can't get out and do that stuff, if you can't go help a buddy so he can get to the movies with you now when it's a shitty weather, like, are you going to help him when shit hits the fan?
No.
You won't.
And you know, I honestly, I kind of feel like the people that would be a candidate for a mag, I feel like if he's a family man, that's kind of like a plus.
Right.
I realize that that's more mouths to feed, but like that's also more motivation to take care of the group overall if they end up being the kind of person that wants to be committed to each other in that way.
Yeah. And here's the caveat to that is now you need a school teacher / babysitter. Guess what? Yeah. They're probably not reckoning with you. So it's got to be like,
you got a point.
Then it's got to be like, his spouse or whatever they're with, somebody's spouse has to have some kind of education with that can't ruck.
Right.
And then, or, granny or something, like that's the shitty part is you got to try and fill all these fucking rules and then like hit up Goodwill and shit and actually get material for them to learn, like coloring books and shit, Sudoku puzzles, shit like that, word finds, like
dude,
it's a whole other fucking stack.
I'm always prepping at the Goodwill and the Helping Hands places, dude.
Yeah, dude,
There's
they
so
got
much
good shit
cheap
sometimes.
crap there.
Yeah,
The steel single
garage
wall
sales.
bottles.
I love garage sales, dude.
For sure.
I get so I'm like I'm the only person in my class that graduated from college or high school that cans. I started canning last year. Like we've always like helped grandma can and stuff, but I did it by myself 100% from my garden last year, and I put up 300 jars. I've since picked up an old lady who died at church. I picked up all her jars. I picked up a bunch from garage sales. Like people here that I'm getting, they're like, "Oh, hey, my grandma wants to get rid of this box of jars." I'm like, "Fucking bring them to my house immediately. I want them."
Right.
Every jar I got this year will be filled.
I've got cases upon cases of jars at this point. I need to do some canning this year for sure.
Yeah. Well, now my deer's going down lower, which sucks. I'm going to try and I just got a pressure canner gifted to me. I got to see if I need to fix anything on her, if it's one that's going to blow up, what its age is. Because, like, I think pre-76 can actually blow up. If I remember right. I don't know. Anyway, I got to look into that. But I'll be doing my first canning operation outside with that. So.
This dude talking about building a gasifier, man. I've been thinking about that too.
Yeah. That's a lot harder logistically to keep going because you have to keep the same wood running through it to keep the same constant temperature, same burn time. You also have to have the right air mixture. Like it's
a lot. Yeah, I know.
It's a large math variable to control, let alone when you have to change humidity and temperature on top of that, which you can't control outside. It
could be limited. Like it could be very useful in limited capacity though,
Yeah. So I don't have an engineering degree, but what I do is engineering because I have 10 years HVAC experience, which is an equivalent where I'm working.
Yeah.
I don't know all the stupid fucking gay math laws that the engineers that we have on site do. I'm also 40 years younger than them.
Right.
It's a lot of math for a gasifier. And quite frankly, I don't like doing math. I do enough of it at fucking work. Like that's what I do, like punching fucking calculus shit all day and then using like Excel to fucking do math, like the simple shit for me so I can keep it somewhere so I don't forget it.
Right.
That's the gay shit I have to do, but it pays the bills. So, like, what can you do? But yeah, dude, it's a really big math problem, and there's a lot of variables for it. That's what sucks.
Yeah. Well, I guess
next is having cords and cords of wood on hand. But yeah, I mean, if you got 10 acres of pines, you got to figure it up with pines. You also have to figure it up with seasoned pine wood,
Yeah.
And kind of wherever your base humidity and shit is.
When you're talking about having like cords and cords of wood, yeah, that's going to be like a main fuel. I've been buying a lot of like bow saws. Anywhere I can find a bow saw, if it's like, like I buy as many of them as I can because that's one of those things that we're not going to actually have. If things went down, we're not going to have any manufacturing to create those things. So the guy with 100 bow saws is going to be king of the wood.
Yeah, you will be a very productive individual. The next thing would be the guy with the horse-drawn carriage hauling all the wood.
Yeah.
Or the mule or whatever.
We could do like those Africans and make a chickadee out of wood.
Yeah.
You ever seen that video?
No.
It's like a big scooter. So. And you got
yeah. And he has like giant fucking poles with him on like one wheel. Yeah, that's funny actually. That is cool.
Pretty cool.
Yes, do that.
Honestly, take a look at that and be like, those are the guys that aren't making excuses.
Yeah, they're making it, man. Next thing would be is a guy who can make bricks out of the fucking clay that you have in your I have shitty soil to make clay like brick, but like making bricks, like wouldn't it be awesome to have 10 fucking pallets of cinder blocks? That way you could go around the perimeter of your house and put sand in there. Then you have to have that much sand, like for bullet stops.
Yeah.
Like,
so I've been thinking about trying to get a. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Okay, I was just gonna say I've been thinking about trying to get like a large sum of the UV resistant sandbags to do like barriers for like fighting positions in the walls of the house. That's one of those things I've been brainstorming on.
Yeah, there's when it comes to prepping, when you're looking at like that's the spot, how do you keep it? It's a
Yeah.
lot, man.
Yeah, if you can't defend it, you don't own it.
No. The next problem is I think that there's going to be so many assholes with so much liquor. Like, if you can't stop fire, you're not going to own it either.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
That's
be
the
your
next
own
really
fire
big
department.
problem. Yeah, and that
Yeah,
is a
which I mean,
logistic nightmare.
I honestly think that that's why like a group is going to be absolutely vital, because if you can have a perimeter security that's like 3 stages of like, let's just say, waves of people in that sense, whether it's 4 at the farthest out and then it gets more and more as it's going in, so you don't have so many people so far out, you'll be able to like sort of prevent them, if possible, from getting close enough to even do that, because there's gonna be a really hard that's a hard road to be trying to put a fire out in that situation.
Yeah, and that goes like anytime I'm at a garage sale, dude, and they're like not asking an arm and a leg, I'm getting all the shovels, all the hose, all the rakes, all the pickaxes. I don't care how shabby they look. Like, I'd rather have 30 shitty ones with like 2 good ones in there than none.
Well, and if you get the ones that have like the hickory handle on it, man, you could make your own handle and set another axe handle in it.
Yeah, I'm just figuring like, baling wire and epoxy and duct tape, and I'm just gonna let that bitch ride. Like, better than nothing. But yeah, it'd be cool to just like weld like a metal pipe there. Like, I understand that would suck as far as like weight and everything, and probably wouldn't be great, but like not having to replace the handle in SHTF.
Right.
I don't know.
My brother took a bunch of rebar and put in like he had a sled, like a full size, like it was like an 8-pound sledge head, and then he made a rebar handle for it and stick welded all that thing together. Dude, that thing is sick. I wanted to make me one.
Like, that thing's gonna run forever, dude.
Oh yeah, that thing will be around in 200 years if the world's still around.
That's gonna be fucking hammering in T-posts with another thing is having enough T-posts. I think if you had a bunch of T-posts with enough wire, you could string around your perimeter with a couple cattle chargers.
Yeah. Hey, that ain't a bad idea.
Yeah. And you just got those hanging around everywhere in SHTF. Like, I don't know about you, but out here in the cornfields, a lot of farmers have 3 solar-powered / wind-powered deals that read the temperature and stuff for insurance, so they can actually see where hail comes through. Wow, that's just a cool solar panel that's sitting up on a really nice aluminum tripod, just sitting there, and snip. Oh, why does old Tactical Muffin Top have about 14 of those in the back of his truck right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Not saying that's a plan, but they're going to be at my place.
I'm not the kind of guy that I'd want to like raid anybody's stuff. I would just try to like get like somehow create an alliance type thing. I'm definitely.
I'd be like, yo, I'll take care of your cornfields with these 6 guys. Can I have these?
Right. And I think
mutual
maybe getting
assistance.
to know that guy. Getting to know that guy ahead of time is key. For dang.
So anyway, these 14 ones are from guys we don't like. So
the local farmers market Karens.
Yeah, the dicks, you could say. But yeah, I mean, the next problem is cool. You have a cornfield, plant it. I don't have a $600,000 freaking tractor with GPS anymore, man. We don't have water anymore, man. We don't have, like, out here we have dry lands like where I hunt, but like where I live, it's all irrigated. It's all, where are you getting the water? You're not.
Right.
It's all dry land instantly. And if you don't put anhydrous in the ground every year, I think after 2 years of not applying it, basically you get a crust of salt almost on the top layer that you can't grow anything with. So you have to like scrape off to the point where that's not in there anymore.
Wow.
So the fields are useless after 2 years if you get that far into it. Now, we do have some that still do just sow in manure, and those are going to be the only ones. But how are you going to get that much cow shit there for the next year? You know,
for sure.
So you're going to have shittier crop. Like it's just the logistics of 2% people feed the entire world is you're just not going to have that output anymore.
For sure.
Yeah, sustainability is a hard thing, and we're lucky we made it this far as easy as we've had it. You go back to 1800s. Fuck, all the farmers. Most of the farmers don't even have horses around here anymore. Like,
right.
It can be real hard to pull that plow that's sitting in your front yard for decorative. Gonna have to hook up 6 people to it. That's gonna fucking suck.
Dude, that
Reindeer games
bad.
it. Yeah.
That would freaking suck.
That's 20 people every day with a hoe out in their hand, fucking hilling it up by hand, dude.
Just Little House on the Prairieing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's crazy shit.
So we've been going for like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I know. Dude, there's a lot to talk about with SHTF, man. And
right.
No, I think you're a good dude. You seem pretty easy to talk to. And I'm just kind of a fat redneck, so.
Hell, I like talking. So, you know, I probably ought to get off here.
Yeah.
But we should do this again, for sure.
Yeah, I'm down. This was the longest mini muffin chat of my entire life.
No, it was cool talking, though.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I dig it. We'll do it again for sure.
Sweet.
Hopefully we'll get it figured out on your channel, and then they can be like, oh, who's this fag tactical muffin top? And I'll be like, hey, that's me.
You know, hopefully we can. I'm kind of illiterate about this type of thing, so, you know. Yeah, I mean, obviously it took me like 30 minutes to get this set up to even get on Rumble, but I think I've kind of figured that out now.
Yeah. Well, I'm back on StreamYard next month. It's way easier. So.
Yeah, StreamYard's super easy, and then the other option is the YouTube one, but apparently it won't let if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you can't live stream. That's stupid.
You can't do the YouTube live thing until you hit 1,000. You can't do a lot of stuff until you hit 1,000, which is why I'm like trying to get there, but I suck really bad. So you know.
Dude, it was only like a month or so ago that I had crossed the 1,000 barrier.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Just got to put in my time. I've only been doing it for like 8 or 9 months. So, I mean.
Dude, I had that channel for like 7 or 8 years before.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
So I'll see you in a decade on that. Anyway. For the live.
Dude, I almost feel like right now with the climate around like the presidential election and dude, I think a lot of people who have the eyes to see and ears to hear are kind of drawn in closer to the prepping thing just to
I'll tell you what,
maybe
man,
be a little bit more prepared.
Listen in my audiobooks on my Discord, The Day of Wrath, or just YouTube it. It's like 8 hours for the whole book. If a T event drops, that's you had one of those in every state, 6, 8 guys.
Yeah.
Don't even have to turn off the power. Don't even have to do that. That's the problem.
I'll check that out for sure. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, it's not cool, but I mean, it's actually terrifying that they could do it with that small logistics.
There's so much mindset stuff that I had benefited from reading the Angry American books.
Yeah.
I really liked those. So I've been going through several different authors' stuff. I will definitely check that one out.
Yeah, that's the dude who wrote J.R. Foreskin. That's not his name, but that's just how I like to say it.
Foreskin.
Yeah. He wrote 1 Second After. That's like a prepper staple too, as well. If you haven't read that,
I actually haven't read that.
If you read that, like you just really need like the first 8 chapters. You will go to the store with like your last $100 bill in your wallet and buy food. You really will.
I bought a lot of food. I've got a lot of food I stored up from pre-COVID and then right as going into COVID. So I'm sitting pretty good on that.
Like I want to have an extra 1,000 pounds of rice, like by the 4th.
Dude, rice is honestly, it's one of the main things that that I stock is rice and salt and
I do
like
popcorn, salt, sugar. I do beans, and then I do I just do oatmeal. I should do wheat berries. I just don't have a grinder, which
Yeah, we
shame
do
on me.
oatmeal.
Yeah,
We do
oatmeal, instant potatoes, a good one.
Yep. Instant potatoes, flour.
Yeah, I need to change. I need to rotate through all my flour. I think we're gonna make those little survival biscuit things, it's like just salt, water, and flour. Those
Yeah, the
hardtack
hardtack
deals.
stuff.
Yeah, I got like 100 pounds of flour. I need to do something with in a hurry.
Yeah.
I quit making bread. We made bread during COVID because we couldn't get any, and I don't eat bread on my diet anymore. So I need to do something with it.
I only eat like the low carb bread, but in an SHTF situation, I guess if I get fat, then I was doing
You're
something
blessed.
right.
Yeah, you're blessed. I
Yeah.
just eat like sourdough and tortillas pretty much. So
I might have to try the sourdough. I don't know that I've ever like
I got my whole
purposefully
family switched
tried
to
that.
it. It's not that bad. I need to do a start. You can do it on your. You just feed it a little bit of flour and a little bit of. Um, I want to say rye, but it's not right. That 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 component that helps bread rise.
Yeah.
Fuck. That. It's like red rye or whatever in on a jar on one of them that I have. Whatever the fuck it is, Red Star rye or some shit like that. It helps the dough rise and ferment. That you just put like a little bit of that on it every week, and you get like 3 loaves of bread out of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it just keeps duplicating, and you just keep having it, and then just keep feeding it that diet, and you just cut the half off again, and you bake it, and it just keeps going. Regenerates itself.
That's cool.
That's a good prep. You can buy a sourdough start on Amazon for like $40 or $50. Comes in a little mason jar.
A little itty bitty mason jar. I bet a guy could make it at home pretty easy though.
Yeah, I got a guy at work who's doing it. Him and his wife make a lot of shit. But all right, man. Well, I think we're gonna call it here. Deuces. I want to play a video game for an hour since the wife was kind enough to take the boy away from me tonight.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool. What kind of games do you play? Short, just real short. What kind of stuff do you
Pal
like?
World and Pokemon. 7 Days to Die.
Okay.
I'm a nerd.
I'm a big Days Gone, Last of Us, Far Cry fan.
Yeah. I get really into Red Dead. I got Hogwarts Legacy because I'm a Hogwarts slut, but I haven't finished that.
That actually looks good, and I am not a Harry Potter fan, but I saw that and I was like, that actually looks awesome.
It's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's kind of like playing a movie almost.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't really do. I used to play like a lot of Call of Duty and zombies and shit, but I don't have the time. I used to play a lot of Destiny. Don't have the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I got the weekends off, so that's kind of what I do with my kid if we're not, doing something outside.
Yeah, I got the weekends off too. It's nice.
She'll watch me play The Last of Us and throw an oil filter bomb and blow some shambler in half.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good time. Now I can't wait to play Pokemon with my kid. Freaking like Super Smash Bros. Man, I can get hard on some Super Smash Bros. And some Mario Kart.
That's classic right there.
I love that, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Stuff.
Well, peace out, everybody. Thanks for staying with us. 21 people through the whole shebang. Y'all might be asleep by now, but that's cool. That's how, half the Democrats vote, but they're dead.
It's 11 here.
It's 11 here. Yeah, I'm Central. Central, baby, Nebraska, and Missouri. As in Missouri survival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I figured that one out. I'm so good. Deuces, y'all.
Take it easy, man.
Yes, I'm in the stream. Why would you ask me 3 times, you stupid thing? God. Okay. Wrap up and move it. I cannot close the fucking screen. God, I hate Windows sometimes.